tournament. So we'll be having top 8 today as well, which means that by the end of today, our very first Injustice 2 world champion is going to be crowned.
The big talking point, though, is who is that champion going to be? We know Sonic Fox is here, but with Injustice 2, it's an early days game. So Sonic Fox was unbelievably dominant in Mortal Kombat, and he had 2 years, over 2 years, to prove that, right? But going into Injustice 2, where he has not won every single tournament, online or offline. CEO was won by White Boy, of where Rogue Slayer, recently picked up by Rogue Slayer, was in Grand Finals and he took 2nd place. So going into this tournament, yes, Red Hood is now legal, which is Sonic Fox's current main character, but at the same time, there are so many players here that are not only capable of getting that top 8, but I think are capable of
played well at other Pro Series events, sort of worldwide so far. Obviously, we've had Moscow Fighting Arena in Russia. We've had a bunch of premieres here in America, and a few of the online ones from America as well. So a lot of players have already managed to build themselves up some points on that leaderboard. Now, this is going to be make or break for them, because we've got players that have been to these events already and have got no points and desperately need to place well today to just give themselves a chance at making the Pro Series finals. And on the flip side, we have players like the White Boy, like the Slayer, the Sonic Fox, the players that have made consistent top 8s or just tournament wins beforehand, that getting good points now will kind of just solidify their place and guarantee them in
I
the
think
finals.
that's what you were talking about. That's the interesting thing for this tournament, where there are players that really need to place well here because of the high amount of points EVO brings. And then if you're a player that just does well everywhere and EVO is another one, you're pretty much a lock at this stage. But looks like we're getting into our first match of the day. It's going to be Big Boy versus the Big Lebowski. And I believe actually SoCal versus Belgium, European competition.
Now, this is always good to see. We've already had some Europeans have success in Injustice so far. In fact, yesterday, Omega K making it out of his pool in losers with Grodd, Nivek making it out of his pool in winners with Supergirl, and of course, Madsen, you know, everyone's favorite German hype machine.
Everyone's favorite angry German.
Yeah, making himself out of pools in winners as well. Now, Big Boy is one of those players in the NetherRealm community that he might not have, like, massive tournament success. He might not make the top 8s. He might not, you know, win all of the events, but he is just one of those guys that you know he's going to be just fundamentally solid as a rock to play, and is also capable of playing multiple characters. He's a very hard character to prepare, player, I should say, to prepare for, just due to the sheer amount of characters he is able to play at a high level.
And going into Injustice 2, having a team of characters or being able to play more than just one is such a strong asset, because not every character in this game can win standalone. That's just the nature of the matchups and how the game is panning out right now, where inevitably there will be characters that just bump into some difficult matchups. And yes, you can win those matchups 100%, but when you're playing for the amount of money that these players are playing for in the Injustice Pro Series, you take no chances. Do not pick yourself into what you deem a bad matchup. Have every outcome prepared for, and Big Boy is a player that can do that.
And we know that this is going to be the first match of the day officially on the stream, so no pressure. But so far
Batman
we could
mirrors
see.
it.
Yeah, maybe. And obviously this tournament mode giving this random gear. I actually haven't seen that red Batman shader before. That's pretty cool.
I actually haven't seen that sort of tan Batman either, so it's the first for both of us. Believe it or not, neither of us play Batman.
Of course, but you know, Batman is a character we're expecting to see a lot of this weekend overall. Obviously, Forever King has been doing well, sort of worldwide, and he's, I believe, yet to play so far. Silvereye making it out of his pool, most likely with Batman. I didn't see the games, but we know he's a good Batman player. But this could be Black Adam versus Batman, so starting things off, tried and true.
This is one of the things to think about. This is a on-stream match, but there are plenty of matches going on all over in the background across all of those pool stations. And while we get these button checks prepared, we've got to talk about pool play. These are the first matches. These will probably be the first matches of the day that many of these guys will be playing in these early stages. The first match of pools is often the most nerve-wracking because you're a little bit rusty, you've got to warm up, and the nerves of trying to get out of your pool. Yeah, that's the first stage, especially this year, where if you make it out of your pool, you get that cool little wristband that calls you a EVO 2017 Pool Survivor. Everyone wants that at least.
Well, it looks like both these players are ready to go. So the first match of the day, Injustice Pro Series at EVO 2017 Pool Play. Let's get things started for a very long day of Injustice 2 ahead of us.
So a very classic matchup we're already familiar with, Black Adam versus Batman. Unfortunately, Big Boy does drop that combo. No conversion off the down 2 from Big Lebowski, but we did, again, we were just talking about first game of the day, right? There's going to be a little bit of rust before these guys get warmed up.
Oh, wow, instant jump 2 for Big Lebowski, beating that Black Adam dive kick. The dive kick going to be a defining thing in this matchup so far. Lebowski going for another one of those anti-air grappling hooks, but wasn't going to work this time. Big Boy staying on the ground a little bit more already.
I'm assuming he probably predicted a airborne dive kick, but it just didn't come. Forced to use his clash already. He's going to win this clash very easily, but now he's not going to have it for the rest of the game, and I think that might be a bit of a problem for him.
Yeah, it can be a little bit demoralizing, forced to use your clash so early. So if you do get that sort of safety net of the health back, not having a clash for the rest of the matchup, especially against a character like Batman that wants to get those, Black Adam I should say, that just wants to hit you once and take away like half of your life, can be quite stressful. Nice poke coming in.
Yeah, so far Laosi really hasn't had a chance to get anything going. The wake-up parry is going to be good. A little bit of a risky play sometimes, but I think Big Boy might be ready for it later on. But you just look at how much damage Black Adam's able to output, and that was quite a swift game number one.
It was indeed, but when we say Black Adam has big damage, we're not just talking about those sheer chunky 50 to 60%, 500 damage combos that you can get off 5 kicks or confirms of the forward one. We're talking about like meter burn low lightning. We're talking about just moves by themselves or block damage. This character just hits harder than we say Black Adam has a game in most practical situations.
He's got that trait and a bar of meter. You've got to be really worried. Going to catch the launch there. Going into the trait just for extra damage. The black magic to continue the juggle. But goes in for a hard knockdown. Nice, tricky setup. And it's the other side.
I like that from Big Boy. Maybe Black Adam players often just go for that forward one ender, but Big Boy cutting it short. Nice reset. Interesting stuff coming out already. This is the kind of stuff we expect to see from Big Boy. There's the environment used as well. Gorilla City being quite a vanilla stage.
Goes in for a hard knockdown. Nice,
tricky by now. That's kind of why. There's the hit confirm. All the unclashable stuff. Smart.
Yeah, it's looking really bad for Laosi. Unfortunately, Big Boy's just been all over him, then going in for that trait. Does manage to jump in too, so it's going to cause the trait to disappear, but he's got a lot of work to do. Back 3 into a full conversion. This is a start, but...
Oh wow, Big Boy wakes up with a forward walk. Maybe you kind of expected Laosi to go behind him, but... Yeah, the comeback is beginning from Laosi. Has a lot of work to do, but has more than enough meter to do it, and still has access to his clash.
Oh, jumps over that low lightning. Jumps over it again, and now... I mean, Big Boy can't really clash yet.
Oh wow, opts to go for damage. Yeah, he can't meter burn the grapple again, but there's no wake up from Black Adam, so a little bit less worried on the wake up, but there we go, Big Boy just gets that down one into trait, and that's Black Adam's way of finishing things up, 2-0 already. But Laosi looking a bit better immediately. He made some good adjustments, getting a little bit more execution on point, and obviously making those good reads on those low lightnings, but...
He had a really good sequence when he was able to actually get the aggression going. The issue he's had right now is that Big Boy has been pretty much denying that so far.
Indeed. Oh wow, he tries to wake up jump, the dive kick is going to slam him straight back down to the ground, and now we've got this lightning bomb set up. Nice amount of damage coming through for Big Boy already in a commanding life lead.
Disgusting. Cross up dive kick. Catches him, and so far actually Big Boy yet to take a single tick of damage, and the instant jump one to knock him out of the air. No, they're down 2 whiffs. Big Boy on the verge of a perfect in this 3rd game.
Oh wow, no. Wake up parry. Wasn't going to connect me. Jumping attacks cannot be parried, so it wasn't going to work. The down one connects, taking away Big Boy's perfect. But at this point, I don't think he's even going to care. Look at the life difference. Oh no, that late down 2. Again, trying to go for the unclashable, and the low lightning already. 224 damage. That is a number that's just going to be burned into our retinas for the entire weekend, I think.
You can definitely say that. You could definitely say that. But Big Boy moving on in his full play. But once again, these are the first games of the day for a lot of these guys. So Big Boy, a little bit of work to do to make it out of his pool, even in the winner's bracket when you've got to play less games. But at the end of the day, you got to get ready to go early on, otherwise this tournament is about finding the best, right?
And also finding the unpredictable. We've already had Shen, obviously the fighting game legend, doing well yesterday, beating DJT in pools, but not just him. Coming up, we have Arxis Minoru Kaduka, who is apparently the president, the Japanese president of Arc Systems Works, playing an Injustice 2 at EVO, and he's going to be against Sickness from Texas.
So, EVO is a mixed bag. You never know what kind of player you're going to get.
You might get Sonic Fox, you might get Shen, you might get Justin Wong, or you might get the president of Arc System Works.
I think it's a story to tell, right? You go to Vegas, I went to EVO, and I played the big boss man, and it was a pretty good game. But what is coming next, though, is...
he's got his boys ready as well. He's got his crowd. The support is real coming through. I mean,
I'm really excited to watch this
I really want to see how this goes. I'm really, really interested to see how this goes.
I've got to say, I really... the color coordination on the pad as well. I'm a big fan of the red control pad.
That is this cleanliness. That is a man well organized. Well, who do you think he's going to play?
I mean,
who would a president play?
Well, look at the color coordination. Surely it must be Atrocitus. Surely it must be Atrocitus.
Who's Batman? Wayne, we've got Bruce Wayne, CEO of Wayne Enterprises.
That would be
surely Batman.
Will
There's no Lex Luthor anymore, so it can't be him.
It would have 100% been Lex Luthor, I think. It would have 100%. I'm still holding out for my boy Lex Luthor. He was my favorite character to play in Injustice 1. So fun.
I'm predicting a Batman, if I'm honest.
Are you going all in? Are the chips down?
CEO of Wayne Enterprises. From one CEO to another.
soon see. But
actually, Sickness is a name that I have seen around here and there.
It's a name I'm familiar with for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of the Texas scene.
But again, you know, being one of those early days, early on tournament things, right? It's pools. And Cheetah versus Supergirl.
Okay, so we couldn't have been more wrong here. We tried to make the assumption. The assumption was not correct. Cheetah, actually the character that Shen used yesterday to defeat EJT.
Now, Cheetah's actually a character we might actually see do some good stuff this weekend for that reason alone, right? Is the ability to that ridiculous mobility, the damage output when she has that trait loaded, and just the sheer mix-up potential. You know, it's quite hard to block against her. A lot of characters kind of just want to sit there and wait for your turn to press a button, and Cheetah kind of like denies that from you to a certain degree.
She's got a lot of good low profiling. She does quite well versus some of the top tier characters, but Supergirl versus Cheetah immediately going in for the sweep as well. Kaduka trying to go into teleport
being scouted out. Yeah, we get already seeing Sickness do amazing things to get through this. Going to spend their bar to extend the damage. Goes in for the trait. Another wake up teleport.
But that's the thing. The meaty down 3 is going to do a really, really strong job of basically low profiling most things. It can even low profile mid. So I think Sickness going in for the down 3 on wake up is going to go through those wake ups quite reliably.
Spends bar again. Extends the damage. Oh, nice setup on the floor 3. Going to work. Kaduka. Now, unfortunately, this isn't working out for him too much. There's lots of overheads coming through right now, and Sickness taking advantage of this.
Well, I mean, that was a very sort of Cheetah game, right? She's got really good damage output. She's got really good rush down. I think a very quick adaptation I think I'd like to see Kaduka make is being a little bit more patient on the actual wake-up, and maybe even delay wake-up to go through the forward 3, or take the forward 3 and then block what comes next, because sometimes it's hard to challenge her after forward 3.
So going into match 2 already, getting through this quite quickly, but this is what Cheetah can do. If Cheetah gets that ball rolling and is getting all that damage very quickly. Oh wow, just an instant overhead to start things off. There we go, that's a nice knockdown.
Catches the meaty. I think Kaduka getting a little bit overwhelmed on wake up so far. And another forward 3 connects. I think really trying to watch out for that wake up sweep, but eating the forward 3 because of it.
Oh, and another instant dive. Sickness, he smells blood and he's going in. Currently hasn't taken any damage whatsoever, but has starved himself for meter. He's using quite a lot of it right now, and because Minoru Kaduka has taken a lot of damage, he has the ability to have all that bar stocked. But Sickness, yeah, just opening things up with that forward 3, that meterless launching option. Getting a lot of mileage out of it so far, and again, seeing it back to back.
I've got a feeling he's going to spend the bar and go in for his trait. No, he goes in for the splat, the unclashable into plus frames. I believe that's like +9 on block, the forward 3 is quite significant.
Oh, there's the meter burn teleport now, so even though Sickness was opting to start ducking them for normal one, the overhead EX option's going to work. And there we go, Kaduka's getting some damage on the table now.
He's got to be a little bit careful, though, because he hasn't got a lot of his trait left. It's going to be a while before he builds another one. Catches the down 2. Oh, no, the overhead gets blocked. And he goes in for the down 3 into knockdown, forward 3 again. And it's 2 straight games, but looking a little bit better in the second game.
He got some damage on the table. It's definitely an improvement. But Cheetah can kind of have that effect on you, right? You're getting that knockdown, and at this point, not really mixing it up. It's kind of just that overhead over and over and over again. But like you said, it's really plus on block. If you meter burn it, it's armor too. So it is quite a universal tool that has a lot of utility behind it. Duke now has his back to the wall. This could be a bit of a problem.
Oh, the crosser. And even with no bar at all, he's just getting those mix-ups. And she still has decent, even without spending the bar, Cheetah does have decent damage, especially when she activates that trait to further increase the damage that she outputs. And unfortunately, the forward 3 connects again, and Kaduka's on the verge of going to losers.
Good block the teleport. Yeah, we go Sickness making that adjustment now. Before, Kaduka's going for a lot of meterless teleports, which you can duck, but now he started to wait for the overhead option too. And look at this mix, the blender. It does not stop, and all this damage adding up so quickly. Oh!
It was forward 3 or down 3, and that was pretty much the absolute core mix-up I think he was playing off was either overhead or low. There is an element of being able to sort of react where you block low first and then you can stand up on reaction to forward 3, but it can be quite a tight reaction.
I mean, the thing I'm happy to see is smiles all around. This is EVO. Fundamentally, it's the World Championship, and we have so many different, diverse kinds of players here, ready to go. We've got, world's best. Some people here for the experience. Some people here happy to play, and faces we might not have expected to see, but happy to see nonetheless. So very much, thank you very much, Mr. President, for entering our game at EVO. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, right, everyone's having a good time. EVO, on top of being the most significant major grassroots tournament in the world, everyone's here to have fun, and everyone plays multiple games.
Yeah, Yeah, there's that big boy setup we saw before, the tricky stuff. And that's the kind of things I really like to see at events like this, though. It's kind of like breaking the mold. I know Black Adam does have access to a lot of cool setups like that, but we just don't get to see them too often because it's quite hard to give up the damage potential that he can put out, you know, to sort of end your damage early to go for a reset. When he does so much, it's really not as attractive to drop that damage, but that tricky stuff, I mean, where did that even hit? I was behind for sure.
It's quite a classic mix-up in Injustice where you go for a knockdown, either a hard knockdown or a long knockdown into an instant forward dash into a neutral jump. Quite a lot of characters actually have stuff like that. Like, off the top of my head, like some characters like Cyborg, for example, can do 2-3, which is the knee into punch, and whiffs down 1 into neutral jump will actually give you the same result. But in Injustice 1, that was quite a classic mix-up, and almost like a vortex that's not a vortex, where you would go for that tricky last minute in front or behind neutral jump. But because of Injustice 2 adding the delayed wake-up, a lot of those setups you can actually just delayed wake-up and get out of it completely. But then the opponent is forced to make the read. So a lot of those really tricky last-minute cross-ups, they're still effective, but in Injustice 2, you've got that extra element of being able to get away from them because you have that delayed wake-up.
But that's just one of those things to Injustice overall, right? That has always been quite a staple Injustice setup, is the sort of left or right, the hard knockdown,
yeah, it's the
you know, into sort of like whiffing normals or just certain setups, like almost like just like the left or right. But like you said, the delay wake up giving you the extra answer to get out of them, but does not necessarily mean they just don't work anymore. It just means you have to make that extra layer of a read on top of that setup. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go for this, but how are they going to wake up? Because it's left or right, it swaps you a wake up reversal, and that's obviously it's something like down up, or which is not as common in this, which just makes it a lot easier to sort of deal with. But again, just coming with those extra defensive options makes it a lot easier to deal with. But looking like we have our next players coming up. We're going to have, Noble Samij versus Dalasine.
So, Samij
is, I think, the dark horse of the tournament.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones where we say he's a dark horse, even though he is well respected as being definitely a top player right now in the US. A lot of his success, though, has currently come from online competition. However, I think going into EVO, he has a lot of momentum because he's double eliminated Sonic Fox in online tournaments in War of the Gods. He has won 3 weeks in a row in War of the Gods, and he's been beating a lot of his fellow top competition among the Noble brand. Many, many top players in Injustice currently are sponsored by Noble. And, you know, there's almost too many to count at this stage because almost every single player, if not every single player, in Noble is a serious threat in tournaments, online and offline. EVO, I think, is the highest chance of being Samij's breakout offline performance.
I think in any tournament in the game since it came out, like I think you are bang on the money when you say that. This is his highest chance of having ridiculous success. You know, he has the right character to do the job. He plays Catwoman. He just does not struggle versus a lot of different characters in this game, and he just plays really well against them. But Catwoman being a great character to sort of complement that. Samij, he was a Melina player back in MKX. By the end of the game, had arguably the strongest Melina going by the end of the game's life. Across multiple variations too, you know, that this guy knows how to use all of the tools at his character's disposal, and Catwoman has a lot of use. You know, she's got mix-up City for days, she's got amazing footsies, she has that sort of dodge, a good trait, good plus frames, and one massive thing that not a lot of characters in the game can say they have is practical and consistent meterless damage.
Yeah, and one of the big adjustments to Injustice 2 was many characters in the game need to spend resources, be it with a character power or with meter, to convert juggles. A lot of things that could juggle in Injustice 1 now can juggle still, but at the cost of a bar. Catwoman really is not one of those examples. She has a lot of meterless launches that are easy to confirm into back 3, which is the bread and butter of her meterless damage. And the low profiling is a real significant asset that this character has under her wheel. Now, Samij in particular, we were talking about this could potentially be his real offline breakout performance. With the amount of points that you get from Injustice 2 Pro Series at EVO, this is the tournament you want to make your mark on, because if you do well here, you are in a good shot for the finals, Pro Series finals later on in the year.
So I see Dalasine wearing one of those Perla beads for Darkseid and Aquaman, two characters we see, well, varying amounts of. Aquaman definitely one of the most popular characters by far early in the game's life. Darkseid, less so.
People are really hit and miss on Darkseid,
yeah,
I find.
Darkseid is online supremely popular. You know, I don't want to say he's like particularly difficult to play. He's quite basic, but at the same time, he's effective. And if you're a good player at just putting those tools to good use, obviously you can be dangerous. He has that instant air stomp and a standing overhead and that sort of element of a mix-up by itself. Doesn't have too many strings. That's kind of one of his biggest problems, is his sort of like, you know, traditional string game, normals by themselves aren't the best. but his specials more than make up for that, I find, in a lot of situations. He has great wake up, great keep away. His keep away knocks down, which is a big thing. That's a big deciding thing.
It's almost an like a looked over strength that many characters have, where because a projectile knocking down, many people may not really realize that that's a really big deal. Because if you knock someone down with a projectile and you trade, you're still standing, and they're on the floor, which means that while they're standing up, you're doing your next projectile, and many characters kind of need to hold that. So if you trade a projectile and yours knocks down, it's now going to be your turn to play the full screen game, and Darkseid does that really well. On the flip side of that, not just projectiles. If he trades a projectile, he can summon a minion. If he summons a minion, he's got that safe advance. It can go hand in hand with further zoning. So you can shoot a projectile eye laser and go in for the minion strike, which is almost like a two-piece projectile. Or you can just send the minion in and then go for a teleport, which is a safe way in. Which can set up for the stomp mix-up of air stomp or low stomp, and it's quite tricky. But he needs to get going. That's the thing about Darkseid. He has to get going. Catwoman can go under lasers too.
But that's actually something I was just about to point out. Is Catwoman seems very anti-zoning. You know, she's very decent at dealing with keep away. You know, most forms of keep away in the game. You know, a lot of people say that Red Hood can kind of give her problems getting in.
That's the talking point right now when it comes to a matchup, isn't it? Red Hood's the big one.
Yeah, of course. But whether we'll see that or not in this set, it sort of remains to be seen. But as a general rule of thumb, Catwoman does have a lot of answers for keep away characters and long distance fighters. And obviously Darkseid being one of those for the most part. Can mix when he gets in, but for the most part, if he's trying to go for those lasers, Cat Dash can sort of get in by itself. The low profile underneath, and even them, the lasers by themselves, very easy to cat evade. On reaction, on prediction, whatever you want to do, very easy to get around.
And when Darkseid gets the knockdown he was always looking for, she's got that wake-up attack as well in the form of her character power, which is it's one of her many great tools, really, when she has that really, really good wake-up attack if she has a lot of those scratches stocked for a trait. And if you have a good wake-up attack, that is another way out of Darkseid's mix-ups.
I wonder if her back three low profiles is overhead.
Well, we might actually see that, depending on the character.
I can see it happening in my head, but I don't know for sure if that's possible. But I mean, that's definitely the kind of thing we will maybe see if he went to Darkseid. But he did not. He's gone to Aquaman.
Makes sense.
Uh-oh, is this Red Sun Prison?
Oh, dear. I think it may have
It
been.
is. Oh, and it's the one with the drone. Samij. So, a gadget character on Red Sun Prison. This is dangerous. Because whereas in Justice 1, the sort of meta for interactables was power characters that had long knockdowns and unblockable interactables that were kind of like OTG and add that extra damage as a big chunk on top of it. In Injustice 2, all the craze is gadget characters, and on stages like this, bombs fit unblockable launchers. Left-hand side giving you that guaranteed drone, that ridiculous zoning potential. That'd be quite dangerous if we find ourselves getting to there.
Already Samij getting opened up. Drop combo, but the wake-up bomb. You were just talking about it. The wake-up bomb. Expecting a wake-up, so he goes in for the unblockable. Really good. At least
it is gone now, which is super important.
But
off
now,
the play now.
Samij having him near the corner. Even though he's just repositioned, I think he can easily go back if he wants to. But when Catwoman puts you in the corner, you're in big trouble. And there's no Aqua Armor saved yet, so he's going to lose this round. Cannot get out of the Cat Dash.
Oh, drops the end of it. Yeah, it isn't really going to matter. A little bit of chip damage going to do it. Samij now looking at 1 bar a meter. $sign has 3. And Aquaman, that can be the difference between getting this life bar down quickly and it taking a little while. Gets down 1 Trident Rush. A push block. No, Samij just going to hold on to his bar.
He's got a really fast mid. That's a good option for challenging that Meatbird Trident Rush in here. Force uses Aqua Armor. Really nice down 2 to check it, but the air escape to save the damage. You definitely see air escape used a lot more in your first life bar than the second.
Wonderful whip punish coming there from Samij, knowing he's safe at that distance. See $sign there for that back one too, and Samij just more than ready to punish it. And as I can say that, another combo coming through. Nice corner optimization, spends the bar, and that's probably going to be death. Yes, it is. Samij with a strong game 1.
I mean, $sign could have wagered that, but I think he just wanted to get the game over. He might have seemed it was unlikely he was going to win, so he just wanted to go straight into the next game, reset it back to normal. But Samij with a very, very good first round, and it was just got him in the corner. Mix-ups for days, a lot of good, what you said, meatless damage. But the Aqua Armor is a really good call. But the issue he has is that it takes a while to come back.
Oh, there's a jump in. No anti-air attempt from $sign. It's going to be a free combo for Samij. Corner repositioning. That's the optimal stuff you want to see. Knocked down 2, goes in for the meaty. Oh, no block on the low. $sign getting opened up, and a swift life bar already.
That's the difficult thing about Catwoman. She's got that low strike into the flip in the corner, but she's also got the overhead extension, an element of a real 50-50. The overhead doesn't launch you, but it will continuously catch you for days.
Oh, there's the unblockable launcher coming through. $sign was sitting there ready, waiting for the low.
I actually would have really liked to have seen $sign go for a stage change rather than a quick rematch. You definitely don't want to give a character like Catwoman this stage 2 times in a row.
I mean, maybe he just didn't think the stage was that impactful. You know, we actually, that's the only interactable we've seen Samij go for, which by itself can be enough. Obviously, it is a launcher, but at the same time, didn't seem to make that much of a difference. But in this match by itself, you know, game number 2, definitely a bit of a different story. I saw Ed coming out from Samij, clean anti-air attempt.
Definitely has one of the strongest anti-airs in the game. Very reliable. If you're a player like Samij, who's always ready for the jump in, it's going to be heavily rewarding. And just caught by the low again into the flip, and that's going to be a full combo. Samij is now up 2 games. Looking as strong as we expected, I think.
No air tech coming from Dallasign at the end there, but when you're in that sort of point-blank corner combo situation, you know, even the air tech can't be as much of a reliable sort of escaping tool as you might expect.
I think they have actually tried to punish that with whip trip.
Maybe, but never find. Dallasign gets the first bar, but drops the combo. That is unfortunate with how much damage Acrobat needs to put out, especially when he's on the back foot. He spend his only bar on Trident Rush, but chip damage adding up already.
Somewhat of a better start, but unfortunately commits into that tentacle strike, and she's going to punish that with Cat Dash all day. If she's got a bar of meter, she's going to get a full combo every time you go for it.
I thought they were using that splat next to it too. No punish on the Cat Dash. This can be good info for Samij, knowing that Dallasign just isn't quite timing these punishes right.
Oh, walks into back 1-2 with the meter band back 3. First time we've seen it today, and it's going to work out. Samij is now on match point already. It's been a fast set so far. There's that whip trip into overhead.
Oh, that is plus being disrespected with the down 2. Oh, but no, jumps over the back 3 clean. Samij. Spacing is perfect.
Oh,
now
no.
The drone comes through. At the very least, giving Samij a guaranteed way in.
There we go. Taking big damage once again. With the
No
low.
punish
Oh,
attempt.
with
That is
punish.
unfortunate.
Going for unclashable. Don't even give him the chance. Down 1 into trait. Samij looking unbelievably dominant. And he's going to move on in his pool further on. And I think he's quite a popular pick in this pool to make out on winners by far.
I think that's a fair assumption. You know, Samij has been looking ridiculous online, has had varying success offline, but at the very least, you cannot deny this man's ability, and already looking very strong. That's kind of what, like you said, that's what we expect to see from him early on. You know, pools can be a mixture of upsets, and we actually said this a lot yesterday, but it remains to be true.
Oh,
I cannot remember the last time an EVO went exactly as planned when it comes to like player results, fantasy brackets, all that stuff. I can't remember the last time we saw that legitimately come exactly as everyone expected.
we had this conversation yesterday, and I said this again yesterday, and I'll say it again. The most popular thing you see on Twitter after a top 8 is decided is RIP fantasy brackets. Because they never turn out the way anyone expects. Because EVO is the most unpredictable tournament. However, speaking of unpredictable,
Are we
a
going to
certain
see
play
Brainiac?
style, I'm about to say, a certain play style caters a certain perfect legend. He has a very unpredictable play style. With that Brainiac on deck, Brainiac's really good at harassing with a down 1, which is a low in this game. He's actually got a low down 1, and a dive kick, which is an instant overhead if you've got that crisp instant dive kick locked down. Now, the instant dive kick is actually safe on block, which means that the down 1 or instant dive kick is an element of a mix-up. It's not a full combo mix-up off the down 1 sometimes. However, the instant dive kick is, because you meter burn it, get a full pop-up. And right now, without a shadow of a doubt, PL is the premier Brainiac. He is the player that is taking Brainiac to this level of play, and he's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's won some of the Hometown Heroes tournaments with Brainiac, I believe, but he has a Superman as well if he needs it, so he's got 2 characters.
Perfect Legend is the kind of player that he's been around in NetherRealm games for a very long time, and he has had varying amounts of success through all the games, but he's always been playing them. You know, MK9 was kind of like his best game. Injustice 1 as well, he was very good at, actually quite similar, had access to a bunch of characters in his repertoire that he was ready to go to for certain matchups. He played Doomsday, he played Batman. It's kind of crazy, really. His most successful character in Injustice was definitely Doomsday. Shortly followed by Scorpion. You know, there's the short-lived life of pre-patch Scorpion, and PL, again, really made that character his own during the time Scorpion was as dangerous as he was.
But I actually love the Brainiac choice for PL. I think this is...
Dive kicks, man.
Not even just dive kicks. This character just ticks a lot of boxes that of a character that Perfect Legend seems to really thrive with. And a big thing is mobility. Air mobility. And that's what Brainiac brings. He has those tendril swings. He can fly all over the place. At any point, go for those dive kicks. Any dive kick could be meter burn. He could go for the tricky low. He has good sort of trait setups, utilizing the little drone. But also, it's in combination. It's in combination with 2 really good jump-ins. Jump-in 2 is a really strong cross-up, and jump-in 1, it's got a lot of range, which goes hand-in-hand with his tendril hover, where he can go for a really far pace, a spaced jump-in 1, and then go in for a hover to establish his next mix-up. And as Black Canary, you've got to be prepared for anti-air. The problem is, her anti-air is not her strongest suit.
Indeed, but also a big deciding thing about if this is the matchup we're going to be seeing. A big thing about Brainiac is when he sends those drones out, his trait, where he sends the little droids out one at a time, they disappear on block and hit. If you shoot a projectile at him, and he blocks it, it's going to vanish. She doesn't have that full screen threat to stop you from sending those drones out. And already going with a nice chunky 440 damage, Perfect Legend starting things off strong.
I really like the fact that he got the jump in, he went for standing 3 into immediate trait. And that would have been on block. Oh no, catches the really last minute crossover. And that already is a really nice setup from PL, I think. Gets tagged for the forward 2 down 1, a very cheeky low with lots of range. And PL right now looking very dangerous.
Oh, wow, nice anti-air. Oh, what a conversion!
That was so sick!
PL with the Brainiac already. Brainiac, by far one of the most exciting characters in the game to watch, and Perfect Legend knows how to make him look sweet. But going in now, we're in the Rock of Eternity. But it's also unblockable interactables about now.
It's also really quick reactions. He saw the air to air right there. Another full combo.
Oh, that's the tricky stuff. That's where Brainiac becomes quite a difficult character to play when it comes to managing that trait, sending them out at different times, unclashable damage coming through. Oh, there's the chip damage, not quite enough. But Larry David had a mountain to climb and basically a perfect coming out from Perfect Legend.
You can see that I think PL has been really doing his homework. He's been really doing his homework of how to maximize the trait. Going in for, I believe, the standing 3 because certain strings may not be particularly plus on block, which means that the trait to follow up with is easy to interrupt. But the standing 3 into trait looks like a much bigger headache. PL using it in pressure.
But you can see that when you don't have access to a traditional projectile, how much Brainiac can get away with just all these drones.
I'm stealing that, by the way, standing 3 into trait.
I think every Brainiac player is after seeing this. There we go, a nice opening opportunity, but no, Larry David's going to drop it. That was his first chance to get something big. Oh my God. Dive kick into drone.
I'm going to be completely honest, I've never seen this before. I knew that PL had a really strong Brainiac, but it's just how effectively he's using the trait. He's going to get a full combo off that. The bomb drop heavily plus on hit. Going in for it again. In the corner, you almost always see the bomb drop because it has good pressure on block, plus on hit for a full combo. And it can jail as well.
Oh, nice. Avoids the drone shot. Safe poke coming out from PL. Going to get that dive kick. Oh, again, there's the meter burn. We're going to see a clash. Does not give him the opportunity to. Drone coming out. Chip damage is getting quite dangerous.
Goes for that late jump in 1. It's really going to put up that brick wall. I think he's actually going to get hit.
No, dearie me. Larry David with the Hail Mary. Actually, almost thought that was going to connect. You know, Kaduka's having quite a fast start up her. Having almost like that downward hitbox, that downward trajectory of the Canary
I actually
Cry.
think it's because she was in the air for the super, that's why it didn't work. Because she kind of met him in the air, right? The dive kick was super fast. Once again, an element in this matchup is going to be she does not have, with the exception of Canary Cry, a tool to challenge Brainiac from full screen. So basically PL is going to be allowed to go for these drones from full screen. He's never at risk of them disappearing on block.
Yeah, that is a matchup changer. As soon as obviously he can start getting these drones out, it does let him move a bit freer. But no, another drop from Larry David. I just don't know if he's got it together enough to deal with a character as overwhelming as PL's Brainiac. Wow, that comboed. How about that?
Nice little 2-piece to extend the damage. Goes in for the last minute switcheroo as well to put him back into the corner. And with that match point Perfect Legend, if he can keep Larry David in the corner as well, it's going to be so hard for him to recover. Brainiac in the corner is very, very dangerous.
Like that safe poke, a lot of Brainiac's moves, the further away they hit from, the safer they become. And that shoulder charge, that tendril charge is one of them. There's that sort of like corner sweet spot. This is that sort of magical range that Brainiac wants to keep you. Oh, and that's kind of why he has to trade the back 3, but he's taken so much damage at this stage. That's almost going to be good. Goes in for a drone. I think at this stage he might be taking it. Goes in for the jump. And the jump in 1 seals the deal. PL looking really strong today. Looks like he's ready to play. You know, let's not forget, PL is himself a multiple-time EVO champion. He knows what it is to be a world champion in the fighting games he cares about, and looking very strong in Injustice 2. This could be a good year for him. You know, Brainiac being one of those characters that not a lot of people in the scene at all use, let alone even Pocket. Like, he's one of, like, the very few Brainiac players going around in the entire community right now, which means that how do you practice, how do you prepare for a Brainiac, unless you have literally played against PL's Brainiac?
And I think one thing we can't forget too is also character-specific players, where it's you can train the Brainiac matchup, but at the same time, if someone uses a lot of stuff that you aren't familiar with, like clearly what PL does with Brainiac currently, you kind of can only really get experience versus his Brainiac by playing his Brainiac, and that's it. So going into this tournament as well, how many people has he been grinding against? Has he been sort of practicing by himself? He could be quite a sleeper hit in this tournament.
So moving on to the next series, we're going to be having Jard versus Big D, Florida Poison Ivy player. Now, those of you that have been following NetherRealm games for a while will probably know who Big D is by now, but for those of you that don't, long-time NetherRealm player overall. Has kind of played multiple characters at MK9, Nightwolf, known for his Ermac in MKX, which in fact last year, he actually got top 8 at EVO for MKX last year using Ermac. And now obviously new game, new character choice. And Big D going to, I believe, Scarecrow and Poison Ivy, but mainly Poison Ivy and then to Scarecrow when the matchup depends on it.
As far as I'm aware, I mean, even after all these years, Nightwolf really is still Big D's boy. Like, that's the character he really enjoys in fighting games. And in Injustice, I was actually quite surprised to see him play Poison Ivy. I don't even know what it was. I just didn't really feel like that was a character I expected him to use, but we did actually see at the Twitch Arena at E3, Big D, even though he ultimately lost 3-2 to Forever King, I believe.
It was very
It was what a showing. It was an amazing showing. He looked really strong. But we'll see if he can pull it out at EVO.
But one thing that I like about Big D's Poison Ivy is he has those meterless launching, almost like, I don't want to say cancels, but into the sort of like, I don't know what to call it, almost like the mace stance, you know, when she gets out, the sort of,
it's like a plant stance,
yeah, it's almost like a ball and chain, and it's just a plant with a big ball on the end of it. And then you got a little green guy at the bottom doing his thing, being a little bit rude, firing that goo at Aquaman. Probably doesn't appreciate that.
Probably not very pleasant.
But we're going for a rematch. We're starting things off first to 3.
Now, Aquaman, again, I think we're going to see a lot of these characters today. But immediately tagged by the forward 3. If you're not ready for that, that can really catch you off guard, I think.
Yeah, Poison, I've already seen this character do quite well this weekend alone. We saw Trophy Club get out of his pool and winners with her too. There is already a Poison Ivy advancing, but you know Big D wants to make that a second Ivy for sure.
But this is the element. When she manages to get momentum, going in for the trait shots into Spike, and almost like rhythm it, where it's Spike, shot, a lot of chip damage and a lot of meter build.
Good patience coming out from Big D, going to block this, but actually spends his only bar on that EX Trident Rush.
Trying to establish space, getting caught by the down 2 anti-air. No bar to convert into big damage so far, but still Big D's back to the wall. Poison Ivy doesn't have the strongest wake up of all the characters. She is kind of vulnerable when she gets knocked down, especially in the corner, but nice, good meter burn roll, and that's going to be a full combo, no doubt, into a meter burn to go for the restand, and that could either be a full combo, which we're likely to see take the round. Yeah, looks like that.
That's what I'm kind of talking about, the sort of opting, instead of going in for the sort of the meter burn drill at the bottom into forward 3, Big D definitely favors going into the mace launcher instead. I think it just works out better for him. You know, it's definitely something he's a bit more used to. Goes into the bark though, so
that was really smart, because now it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Jard to do that last piece of life he needs to win the round. That's going to be another full combo.
Yeah. Oh, tricky setup, but lands in front.
I would have thought he was going to go behind there. I really had. We just saw Black Adam, right, do the exact same setup, but it went behind.
I think Jard might have expected the same things, and once he got opened up by it, does clash away to safety though, so gets himself some guaranteed life regen. I can see why Big Z, yeah, they're going for the bark. You take no chip damage when she's in this bark form against a character like Aquaman that is going to just kill you at this life with Trident Rush.
Look at how confidently close range that little minion was. That had no fear, right in his face.
There we go, full environment. Oh, unfortunately, sort of swaps the wrong way. I don't think Big D was quite ready for that. And there we go, spends one of his 2 bars on the Trident Rush, but already a commanding life lead coming out of Big D.
Jard's got a lot of work to do, especially with only 1 bar stocked versus Poison Ivy with 2. Make that 1 into a guaranteed trait now.
This might be chip death. This might be guaranteed chip death.
There's nothing he can do here. I mean, I think it actually hit him in the face as he was falling down there.
But that's just a big strength that Ivy can bring to the table, when you can actually safely get the minion on board and start going for that drill. When the minion is spawned, no matter what happens, it will just consistently start just spitting at you, doing chip damage. There's quite a lot on hit. But when you mix that with the drill, you sort of alternate the two. That's so much chip damage, that's so much meter build. And I got to say, Big D does not look happy that he's now got to deal with Superman. That's Aquaman to Superman.
That's the kind of grin where that's not a happy grin. That's a, oh, I have to fight Superman now grin.
Oh, but no block on the low.
Oh. But an immediate change of pace. I think he's not even going to try and play that full screen game. The air dash, the arc lasers. Big D is now trying to be aggressive. He's going in. I think that's the matchup. And he's aware of that. He's playing the matchup differently.
I've got to say, though, going for that meterless sort of like Vine Mace launcher into the back to follow-up, that is not easy. And Big D is hitting it the majority of the time. That is the sign of a guy that's put his time in training mode to learn the execution.
Sag trying to go for a forward 3, but
Doesn't quite get, I think, a little bit too far away for that airborne forward 3 to connect, but again, that's going to be a full combo. His execution on that has been so strong. Also, a big thing about that, though, leaving him standing, Superman being quite a threat on wake up. Oh, nice preemptive down 2. The down 2 having an amazing hitbox, but very slow startup. You have to be confident in your read if you're going to go for it, and Big D definitely is.
And airing with her down 2 is definitely kind of half prediction, half reaction for sure.
But good clash. Used a bit early, but going to probably top him back up to full health if he wants to. Has 3 bars, so going to get as much as he wants. He's going to spend 1 bar, though, 15.
Almost like an MKX combo breaker, where it's just to reset the situation back to neutral. Minimal resources spent. He's still got 2 bars. He was going to win it 100% because Big D has no meter currently. But that is obviously soon to change. He's almost got 1 bar stopped. And the second he gets that, he's going to get him going in.
Yeah, nice. There we go. There's the minion setup.
The air laser really trying to avoid those poison ivy projectiles, but he's taken a lot of damage already. He's got to do a lot of work to get back in here, but going immediately in with the poison bark, it does disappear.
But you can already see just how fewer times Big D's able to get that minion on the screen in this matchup, but still playing it very well. Jard massively down on life. Big D looking super strong. Oh, hesitant, but nice throw tech. Looks like Jard is just really struggling to open him up so far. Big D just having 2 good defense.
I definitely think if you're going to play Poison Ivy, you really need to have good defense because her wake-up game isn't the strongest. So you need to be familiar with how to block or how to defend versus certain characters.
I like this option, though, opting to end his combo early, because at the very least, he's just going to build a ton of bar to finish things off. Now he's got the bark skin, too. This is going to be dangerous for Jard to make this comeback. Arguably not possible, because as soon as he gets the minion on deck, I don't know if he can survive.
Well, there's that saying of only a real master. But unfortunately, didn't even get the chance. Big D is up another game, and right now, even though he looked a little bit not happy, or a slight concerned grin having to deal with the Superman matchup as Ivy, hasn't really affected him too much just yet.
Let's not forget, this is pool stages. Even though we're early days, these are still crucial matches for these guys to get through. Let's not forget, even though ultimately everyone wants to make that top 8, everyone wants to get those Injustice Pro Series points on the table, you still need to get out of your pool to do so. And we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entrants in this tournament trying to do that. And only a few from each pool can advance through. But right now, Big D finds himself 2-0 up on Jard. He's gone back to Aquaman now. I guess he just feels a bit more confident.
A regular Trident Rush is not safe. And with an advancing mid like Poison Ivy, that's going to be a go-to punishing tool. And that also allowed him to get the first hit bonus. And you can see how much damage he's taken already. That's one small element as well. When you know that your trait as Ivy is about to disappear, you then just go for the projectile because there's no reason not to.
There's Brown the Trident Rush, so he now has no meter whatsoever. Oh, he makes it whiff. Oh, there's the confirm. Yeah, he's going to spend this bar, most likely get the restand, launch him into the air. Don't think he needs to. Oh, goes for the quick throw reset, but unfortunately wasn't able to get it.
Match point for Big D. Jard actually trying to go for the anti-air, trying to go for punish, actually fumbled both of those inputs and left a lot of damage on the table. He has consistently been without bar here. Oh no, the final hit, back 1, 2, 3, whiffs. Fully capitalized by Big D, who doesn't spend bar on the restand this time.
Big D really sorted out his execution. The only time he dropped that sort of meterless combo, or I say the meterless launcher option, was right at the very start. And ever since then, he said it every single time. And that is not an easy link to do. Once again, though, look at this life difference. I mean, how does Jard make this comeback? Poison Ivy is just that character that will just chip you down.
Spitting acid into Aquaman's bare skin. That's so violent.
He can take it, he's Aquaman.
Speaking of violent, RIP Crocodile. See you later, mate.
Again, 2 bars now from Jard, though, so that can be a lot of damage potentially, but just look at this health just disappearing piece by piece. As soon as the minion comes out, that's probably it. That might be game.
Oh,
that might be game by itself now. I don't know if he can avoid any of this.
Well, I mean, like, look at the stage. This is her environment. How do you have a chance against that?
That's Poison Ivy's house. It's where she wants to be. It's where she lives. Ultimately, Big D's going to take it 3-0. Moving on cleanly and comfortably.
Big D defending the green.
Indeed. I mean, well played all around. Poison Ivy definitely not a hugely represented character, but the few that do definitely put her to good use. We see some good optimization here and there.
I feel like these days with Dragon really not using a huge amount of Poison Ivy at all, Big D currently is the most recognizable Poison Ivy on the Injustice Pro Series circuit. We see it a lot right now, and he's been doing really well against a lot of top competition so far, and looking really strong EVO. No doubt we'll see him later on. But while we get this next match underway, I'll show you guys a quick little replay of Samij and that godlike Catwoman. I mean, it's one of the reasons that she's in a lot of characters' top 5s, and in this case, I mean, top 3, top 2. Some people think she might even be the best character in the game next to Black Adam. And you can see why. She's got lots of tools. She's got every tool that you could need, really,
in Injustice 2 to be viable. She pretty much ticks every single box and more.
But what you're seeing here, right, this looks really impressive, but this is just another day in the office for Catwoman. This is what she wants to do. Get that meaty timing, get that jump in, turn it into a string that can go into elements of a 50-50. Obviously different varying of payout, but at the same time, like, she has those options. That's one of the reasons she's considered such a strong character. It's just that mix-up potential. But replays aside, going into our next match, we have FC Manny, a.k.a. we all knew him as CD Jr. back in the day. Now FC Manny versus Herb L, 420.
I mean, we're seeing EVO champions after EVO champions. CD Manny has experienced the greatest of success when it comes to an EVO top 8. It's not in this game, by all means, but the stage, the setting, the nerves, it's not going to be something that Manny will worry about because he's been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, got the trophy.
Of course, and now Black Adam, I believe, is a sort of go-to character now. And Black Adam, a very popular character in sort of the New York area, on the East Coast scene. Even back in the days of Injustice 1, obviously we had people like Rico Suave doing good work with this character back in the day of Injustice Gods Among Us. And character back now with a vengeance, has received some great quality of life upgrades and just general buffs here and there. And is a very big threatening character now, especially in the hands of someone like Manny that knows how to play this game.
Now, Blue Beetle, definitely don't see this character every day. A really sort of well-rounded, balanced character. The character right now doesn't seem to have what people consider dirt. You know, everything is kind of honest, but at the same time, he can get the job done, you know, but he's not a popular character.
And definitely not. That also means it's quite difficult to get access to matchup experience versus him. There we go, there's that Black Adam with that sort of patented meterless damage. Nice 374, chunky, respectable amount.
Clean down to Anya. Even though it looks like it's not got good range, it's very fast. And now he's got him in the corner. Fights his way out, tries to go in for the 4-3, but Blue Beetle, another character with a really good low-profiling sweep.
Indeed, and it is a safe option too. Wasn't able to get it though. Herb trying to get this little bit of damage coming through, but Blue Beetle definitely isn't known for massive damage outputs. When you get those options to get damage, you have to make sure you're seizing them and getting as much as you can. So if you're going to drop combos versus Black Adam, who's been taking away half-life whenever possible, you have to make sure that you're sort of trading blow for blow as much as you're allowed.
Right now, though, it's looking like a really strong game for Manny. Herb sitting on a lot of meter. Haven't really had a chance to spend it too much. Oh, that overhead, you know that overhead was committed into the strike. But unfortunately doesn't get his input. Corner juggles, not a huge amount of damage, but immediate push block.
Oh, there you go, gets the orb out of the way, the projectile connects, but there we go, there's the EX dive kick. Or meter and dive kick, I should say, confirmed. And look at the health difference already. Manny with a commanding lead. Herb going to take away the first life bar though, and has 4 bars to work with, and we know Blue Beetle, if he's willing to go into those sort of back 3 cancels, can do a lot of damage if he's willing to spend the bar.
He hasn't actually spent meter yet. He's pretty much kept a hold of all of it. I wonder if, I mean, that does mean, though, if he has to clash, he's got lots of meter to do so, but no clash there either. I really think we should have seen a clash there, Mustard.
He is running out of life to do clashes,
That was the optimal chance to get life back.
I know, unfortunately it isn't. We're going for a lot of jump into Manny, just forcing him back now. Trying to slow him down, the sweep connects. Oh, but once again, the delay wake up. Manny is delaying wake up every time, and Herb just hasn't been able to adjust to it yet.
I think it's a really good call that he's been delaying his wake up, because he's going for that really early cross-up, and once again does it, but now he's in big trouble. That doesn't mean he's not able to clash himself, but now he's going to probably bet 2 here, I reckon. It might be 2 for 2, because he's not been spending bars.
I mean, Herb can spend all 3. He does!
Oh!
And Manny doesn't spend anything. Could Herb make this full comeback?
I don't think Manny was expecting it. This would be a really impressive comeback if he does it, but this is Black Adam. He only has to hit him once.
Oh, that could have been a down 1. That could have been it. Oh! Damage from the down 2 doesn't work, and the dive kick. Manny is able to steal it back. Herb, he did so much work, but just wasn't able to get that final hit.
Saving the bar until the last minute almost helped him so much because he won the clash at the very end, but just couldn't seal the deal.
Combo drop from Manny, but it's Black Adam drops the combo but still gets half life. Oh, switching away Manny. He knows his ranges, he knows what range to block low.
Keeping it nice and simple, taking the damage where he can get it. Okay, instant jump too. I wonder if he's trying to hover.
He might be, or maybe he's trying to fake it out. Maybe he's just trying to bait him into thinking he's going to rather instead. And Dash goes clean through, but a very evenly matched game 2 so far.
Another delayed wake up. I really think that's something Herb's going to have to really adapt to right here. Catch sight of the fact that he's going for the delayed wake up. Time your jump in just a little bit later. But right now, Manny looking strong once again. Takes the first round of game 2. Again, you got to look at that bar. Herb sitting on almost full meter again.
Clean down 2. Has he got the full conversion? Oh, doesn't end it.
Oh!
Oh, no. Stand there into Fireball, get some of those post frames on the go.
I definitely think Herb was expecting Manny to sit and take that neutral jump. He'd already committed into the grab, but he tried to lightning cage. We see a clash again, but we've seen consistently he's got more meter. so he's going to win this regardless. Yeah, Manny opted to spend nothing. All 4 spent from Herb. So spending the extra bar just for that extra 3% health, which can be chip damage of anything from Black Adam. Unfortunately, Death now with no bar whatsoever, so his damage conversion is going to be somewhat limited. Is this? I don't think that's going to be enough to finish off. No, the scaling too heavy. Oh, the fireball, here we go, it's going to land on it. Now we can see that Herb doesn't have his Clash available, so if he gets opened up now, but with Manny's 2 bars, this could be the end. But that's going to be the danger territory, isn't it? It's the fact that you've got this much health versus Black Adam with 3 bars of meter, you have no meter and no Clash. This is the last place you want to be. But he has caught him though. Nice air to air from Herb, but down to Manny with the reactions. Spends the trait just to get the extra damage, has 4 bars now, can confirm into super. He wants to get the unclashable. Down 2 though, he's not going to commit right there because of the scaling once again, but now if he hits him, it's just going to be hit confirmed into super. But another delayed wake up, not scouted out by Herb just yet. Really needs to get the hang of these, I think. Even though he's consistently down on life, he actually, 2 games in a row has been able to somewhat bring it back. Oh wow, Sweet beats the Black Adam forward one. Gonna go through it clean. Oh, Manny, he's really, like, looking out for this. I kind of think Manny's just looking for a super at this point. Oh, no, and I was going to say that. Yeah, dive kick, meter burn, dive kick goes cleanly through. And the trait, he lands on it from behind. And Manny really slowing it down to a snail's pace at the end there, I think. Nice change of pace, I think. But I feel like we can't really count Herb out. He's getting health down. He's just not able to finish it. And that's been a running problem for him across these 2 games. But it also comes down to him having a bad start in both of those games. He brings it back, but he loses so much life before he gets it going. And it looks like right now, Manny might be looking to repeat the process again for a 3rd game. Maybe. Unfortunately, Herb just seems to be neutral right now. It's basically sweep or jump in, and both of them can be dealt with if you're patient enough. Oh, you see Manny just crouching. I think he's just waiting for the jumps now. There's a sweep. Manny not trying to press any buttons of retaliation. Oh, dive kick goes over completely. Now's Manny's only bar, so he doesn't have it anymore. There's the interrupt. Down 1 lightning. Well, let me get away with that one. Yeah, and just the patience coming out from Manny. Yeah, he doesn't want anything to deal with these float shenanigans. But he's just waiting for him to hang himself. He's looking for the trip guard. He's looking for him to go for the jump in 2, and he lands and just punishes it. And now it's the explosiveness where you can be so patient with Black Adam, but the second he gets going, it's damage all over. That should wake up. Oh, no. A safe option for Blue Beetle. Does have a good answer for it. But again, Herb goes down, still with 4 bars to work with. But Manny brings himself to match point. Actually, I really quite like how he's playing this matchup so far. He realizes that Herb's advances is majority just coming through jumps. So he's just sitting here crouched, keeping himself there, because when he's crouching, he's safe from the sweeps that we're seeing Herb go to, and obviously he's ready to anti-air with the down 2. There's the overhead. Wonder if he can get the full damage. And that was, that was the main adjustment Herb needed to do, was start going for those overheads now, seeing that Manny's spending like 80% of this game crouched. The question is he just isn't getting close enough to do so, because Manny is just sitting him at that sort of sweet distance that he just can't press those buttons. I like the general neutral that Herb's been able to enforce, but I think one of the big issues had as well is just it's been a lack of damage. It's been little damage here, little damage there, but against Black Adam, you need to really optimize and max damage as often as possible to go toe-to-toe with the damage that Black Adam's going to actually output. There's that wager, and Black Adam at 2 bars. We said this in the last game, we'll say it again, 3 bars versus no clash is not where you want to be against Black Adam. And again, no confirm. I wonder what Manny's doing. He just seems to be just patient. Yeah, it's patience we haven't seen so far. Normally we see players like really push that momentum when we see them having this kind of lead, but Manny just seems really content to stick to this game plan. And now he's got super once again, and the super at this life will 100% take the set. There it is. Oh, and there we go. That's it. That's going to be it for sure. He just landed the overhead swiftly into it. Oh, no. Oh, we don't even get to see it. That is disappointing. Well, the game is over. Well played to Manny, though. You know, definitely a slower paced match than we're used to seeing when Black Adam is on the screen. But that's the beauty of fighting games, right? Just because we see loads of people playing the same character does not mean we see them used the exact same way. And Manny was probably the most defensive Black Adam we've seen so far. Well, that's just when a character has a lot of universal mechanics and they're quite variable, you can really sort of approach them how you want. You can be really aggressive, you can be really defensive, you can do a mix of both. And we saw a really aggressive start from Manny, and as the set went on and he realized how Blue Beetle was going to try and advance, he did slow it down and played pretty much the one end of the seesaw to the other, right? But either way, Manny moves on, and we'll see him again later in this tournament. But while we get our next matches underway, we're going to go for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because the Injustice Pro Series will continue after this.
This is such a bad song.
Shite.
powerful.
So am I. Are you kids hired? Every hour the enemy pushes closer.
Tell me to evacuate. It's impossible.
Dunkirk in cinemas July 21.
So what's the plan? War.
Times they are changing.
We need you to fight them, to show them who we are.
Oh, Lord. My Lord and Savior, please deliver me.
Okay, class, we'll be picking up...
Get ready for a more vivid window into your games with a stunning 4K display and graphics that bring all the action to life.
Peter, are you still with us?
The Dell Inspiron 15700 Gaming with a 7th Gen Intel Core i7 processor. Your screen, super powered. See it in Spider-Man Homecoming. Dell, as real as it gets.
Hello everybody and welcome back. This is the Injustice Pro Series presented by PS4 live at EVO 2017. We're well underway through our pool play now. So some pools are continuing, but we're getting further through other pools, and this is one of them. We have a matchup next, which will be Big Boy versus Perfect Legend in another pool, which will no doubt be way later on also. And these players are getting well underway. They're warmed up now, they're winning their matches, and we're going to find out who's moving on. But for now, first things first, we're going to be seeing Echo Fox, Sonic Fox for the first time versus El Chakatoy from Michigan. Now, Chakatoy I know has been playing NOS games for a while, and a lot of others as well, but the real talking point here is Sonic Fox Red Hood. This has kind of been like the topic of discussion with the community for a while. Because this Red Hood is the first DLC character to the game, is now competitively legal. All the new DLC characters have a 30-day competitive ban before they're allowed in competitive play. And now Red Hood is legal and can be used. And Sonic Fox has been putting hella time into this character. And I'm talking like supreme amounts of practice. He's been 100%, he's been spending all of this time playing Red Hood, knowing he's been not legal for some of the tournaments before, but he has been preparing for EVO. And as you can see right now, clearly very comfortable with the character already. But in this matchup in particular, constantly getting that mine out. Because the mine, regardless of whether you get hit or not, will stay on screen and detonate regardless. So it can almost be in some ways an insurance policy, just like that, where you go for the mine, you go for the leap, it combos, and he converted and won the first game. Looking so strong. That was a really nice conversion though as well, just going in for that dive. The mine connects, and then bam, full combo. Just like that back one is a high, but still going to work very fast. Down plus a block, should it be blocked? He's going in for that trait, and when you go for the trait extension, you can end it with either grab, overhead, or low. It's slightly negative on blocks, sometimes unsafe, but Sonic Fox, he knows how to mix. He does. Low mine going to work. Sonic Fox already looking supremely comfortable. Red Hood fits him like a glove, it seems. Well, he's a big fan of trap characters. Characters with a good projectile game, good trap game, mix-ups. Red Hood pretty much does exactly what Sonic Fox likes to do in a fighting game, right? Anyway, jump in with Chakatoy, doesn't get a trip guard though. Down one into trait, it's going to connect. We can see this trait being wasted now from Green Lantern. I like that though, that low mine. First thing you usually want to do is jump over, and that air shuriken. Good job of just sort of covering that space. That wake up down one, understanding that Chakatoy is a little bit too far away, and the interactable to full combo. Walking under the reposition into the mine. A really classic repositioning combo so far, and immediately catches the low, expecting him to get hit. The meter burn shurikens to extend, and he's on the verge of taking the second game already. This is just supremely fast. Sonic Fox already looking so good. Let's not forget, this is Sonic Fox. This is the multiple-time world champion for both Injustice games and MK. And this is the first Injustice 2 EVO. You know, he wants to be the first world champion of this one too. Definitely looking to do that with whiff punish. And that's another good element. Red Hood has fantastic whiff punish ability because he's got fast advancing normals that combo into his meter burn trap. And that will just give him a full combo. One thing that Sonic Fox is doing really well so far is just timing all these meaties perfectly. Even though obviously going for those meaties is prone to being hit by wake attacks, Sonic Fox just has this uncanny ability to just condition you to not do wake up. So he can start to do what he's known for. He can start to mix you up and rush you down. But also, there's a talking point of how prepared can people be for Red Hood. You know, you have the best Red Hood player in the world right now. And unless you've played against his Red Hood, how prepared can you possibly be? That's going to be one of those elements you've got to factor in. Good plus frames as well. Hasn't really had the chance to do it so far. Going in for the restand, and that's going to be a knockdown. And there's that hard to block, just consistently harassing him with this mind pressure. Chakatoy just doesn't know when to press the button. He's staggering before he even enforces the plus frames. Deadly another grab back to back. Yeah, that's it. Sonic Fox, I mean, he just has Chakatoy not doing wake up attacks at all. He is getting all this free Oki for basically no risk so far. As that low full combo once again drops the end of it. At this stage, I don't think he cares. Goes in for the tricky last minute overhead shot, but I mean, he's done a lot of damage already. That's going to be plus on block. Tries to go for the shimmy. Yeah, no punish attempt there though. Standing two's not going to reach the overhead. Trying everything he can to get out, but right now he has not escaped this corner at all. Might do it, but now at this stage, Sonic Fox is pretty much zoned. He's going to win trades. He can play keep away. He has no reason to go in, but the down one, what a conversion, nice. Sonic Fox. That was such a good answer, and Sonic Fox already looking as good on Red Hood as we expected to, but I really think that's going to be the running story of the tournament. You know, so far, Red Hood being a new character, there's only so much experience you can have against him, and even with him. Let's not forget, the Red Hood you just saw from Sonic Fox is like a few weeks old. You know, this is how strong he's looking already with just barely any time. So while we get this next match underway, I want to talk to you guys about the fact that the Injustice Pro Series is not just offline. We have some online qualifiers across LATAM, NA, and 2 EU tournaments. I believe 1 NA tournament has already taken place. But we have EU West, EU East, NA East, and LATAM South. So you basically just go to smash.gg/IJ2 Online 2017. And they're free to enter online tournaments. They have the point distribution of a ranking event. So if you place highly in those tournaments, it will just only ever contribute towards your chances at making the Injustice Pro Series finals, where there is life-changing cash on the line. If you like what you see this weekend, let's not forget that's the big one. Free to enter and done online. Keep those dates down, keep them free. And if you like what you see this weekend and think you can bring a thing or two to the people you see this weekend, prove it online. Get entering those tournaments and you might find yourself getting an opportunity to actually make the finals for the Injustice Pro Series. Online tournaments are also fantastic competitive experience for your first offline major. You can play online, do quite well, get experience, deal with those nerves, those jitters that everyone feels at their first tournament. And that's already out of the way going into your offline event. But we have what could be a cracker of a match. It's going to be Big Boy versus Perfect Legend. We've already seen both of these guys. We saw a really dangerous Black Adam on the side of Big Boy and a very impressive Brainiac from Perfect Legend. They're about to collide. I'm very excited for this matchup. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Both of these guys have already had a match on stream, and they've both done so well already in their respective games. You know, clean 3-0s on the side of both of them. But only one of them can move on here. We'll do a button check. Most likely, yes, we are. I mean, we've actually, unfortunately, already seen people have wrong buttons. Well, multiple games this weekend, so you definitely want to make sure you're taking that extra minute to do your buttons to make sure you don't lose a game unnecessarily because of it. So this matchup on paper is going to be quite an interesting one because Brainiac's mix-ups and his pressure on knockdown is very dangerous. Brainiac can go to town on a character with no wake-up. Black Adam has no wake-up. So I wonder how effectively he'll have the chance to do it. Trying to go into an instant dive kick, doesn't get it immediately, but here comes that pressure already. But Black Adam has a lot of tools to fight up close. He's going to really be able to challenge some of that. Oh wow, really good block on that last minute cross-up from Perfect Legend. Now put a full screen. There the drone comes out. Black Adam doesn't have a traditional projectile, but the low lightning can do a good dealing with the drone. PL right now, a couple of small execution errors so far. Hasn't really been able to convert 2 times in a row, but that meter burn, but there's the punish. There's the punish right there. Meter burn dive kick is unbelievable. Well, it's not really unbelievably unsafe, but it's punishable by down 1. It's definitely unsafe if you're ready for it. And Big Boy getting that big combo to start things off. That's Black Adam. If Black Adam punishes you with a down 1, he can turn that into hundreds of damage. And that's another element. Full screen trait isn't going to work with Brainiac because Black Adam has so many ways to check you at range to get rid of it. And PL right now is in a lot of trouble. But Brainiac, we've seen this can be quite a snowball-heavy character. If he can, I mean, probably going to have to spend a bunch of his bar here to get health back. But if he can build up some meter, start getting these combos on deck, we might see a bit of a comeback, but it's going to be hard. Big Boy playing this matchup so well. Oh, wow, that is unfortunate. Catching him with the Black Magic. And there we go once again. It's pretty much a non-existent tool for this range. The Black Magic will shut it down completely. PL trying to be really unpredictable, but just good patience. Big Boy not biting, sitting there, standing his ground. He's got the life. There's no reason to go in. Oh, wow. If the dive kick hits really high up, that's when it's the most unsafe. If it hits really low, it can be very hard to punish. There's that low. Mix up an instant dive kick or down 1. PL goes for the low and it works out. Now Big Boy has a clash and loads of bar. But this can be a comeback potential for PL if he can get the right reads. Oh, tries to whip punish for the dive kick. Doesn't quite get his read on back 3. Instant air dive kick again. Forward 3 well blocked, but there's the plus frames. And now, no, not quite the forward 1. I mean, if there's one answer to the back 1 pressure in the corner, it's a fast advancing forward 1 into full combo. Black Adam has every tool he needs. Now, yeah, he's gone back to Brainiac. Gone to re-random the stage once again. So now we have Metropolis. We've got the bar. A bit more of a, well, neutral stage. It is quite. There's not a lot of stuff in the mid-screen beyond the guy. For power characters, this is kind of a standard stage. You know, things get a little bit different if we can transition through to the rooftops, but if we're starting in the bar, this isn't as significant for either of these so far. Oh, we'll see. PL, I mean, sticking with the Brainiac, I mean, he actually had signs of life by the end of the round. It was just a bad start. You can't really afford to get a bad start versus Black Adam because how much damage, but the whiff jumping into dive kick, quite a deceiving little option Brainiac has access to. Wow, and that's the kind of start you want, a 400 damage way to open. Well, you lose setup when you go for the air tendrils, but it's your highest amount of damage ender. But speaking of a good start now, PL, the one with the good start instead. You can hold your drone as well. That's one thing we're seeing him go for. Holding the drone to make your advance a little bit easier. Releasing it as you go in. There's that punish. Yeah, that's it. He knows the matchup. I think he's labbed it properly. Oh, whiffs it again with Big Boy with the patience now. We saw before at the start. PL would sort of whiff that jump in, and then as soon as he thought Big Boy was going to go for the anti-air, he'd go for the dive kick. This time, Big Boy doesn't even attempt that anti-air. Supreme patience. Goes in for a much safer approach of that bomb, going in for the hard knockdown of the sweep instead. Ooh, no air-to-air attempt. And right now, PL is not overcommitting to the meter band dive kick. He doesn't really need to at this stage. He has so much life up instead. Oh, really clean anti-air coming out from Big Boy, though. Let's try damage. Oh, doesn't quite get the capitalizer on that one, but the wake-up is going to get beaten clean by the meter burn low lightning. Yeah, the invincibility only really applies to that move at the start of the animation. In the middle of the actual motion of it, you are not invincible. Oh, tries to confirm with a meter burn dive kick, but gets a follow-up. Big Boy, but goes for the unclashable stuff with the forward 3. Oh, tricky stuff coming out. No air tech. I think he might have tried to go for a forward 3, but fumbled it with the wake-up back forward 3. A very clean adaptation. I think don't allow yourself to get tagged by Black Adam early. Don't lose all of that damage. Well, a big part of it is the grounded game. Perfect Legend's starting to go towards more normals now, whereas game 1, it was very... He was in the air for like 90% of it. He was definitely trying to sort of go for that sporadic, unpredictable air, sort of, I'm just going to fly around and make myself really hard to deal with. Big Boy seemed 100% prepared for that. But game 2, PL keeps his feet on the ground a little bit more, goes for more of that sort of traditional footsie game. He's making an effort to make himself a lot more safe as well, I think, which is really important. Not overextending into too many of those meter burns, but hit confirming the dive kick into meter burn is what he's doing much more. But Big Boy clearly knows this matchup. He has done this for the first time in this set now. We're going to the rooftop. This is a bit more of an unpredictable stage for both these characters. A lot more interactables to work with. You've got that background bounce in the middle for that damage potential. Both of these characters can get a lot off. Brainiac forced to use the meter burn tendril strike because it's safer on block. Black Adam's going to have no trouble punishing the regular ones, so the bar is necessary to stay safe and not punishable. Oh, tries to get a combo off it. But isn't quite able to. There we go. There's the tendril, jumps clean over the 4-3, but PL back himself into the corner. That's a full combo punish. He tried to whip punish himself, but look at how much damage he gets answered back for. Oh, but he did drop the ender of it, so PL still alive, but no, Big Boy spent his last bar on the lightning hands meter burn. PL can take away this last of health. Only 97 health left to go. Oh! Right before, but he gets it. Minimal damage taken, so still quite a neutral state. PL sitting on more meter as well. Yeah, that's going to be quite a deciding factor here so far. Dive kick whiffs. Oh no, punish. Oh, a meter burn actually beats the armor completely. Oh wow, nice quick confirm. Fearless dive kick. Oh, spends 2 bars. What a hit confirm for Perfect Legend. Going in for the bomb, and that's going to be a no, doesn't quite get his combo. That would have been a nice chunk of damage, but a good reaction on the unclashable forward 3s. I actually think that was just a read on the dive kick, PL. You know, he definitely has those kind of read potential. Doesn't get a full combo from full screen. Big Boy attempts it, the cross-up dive kick works. Unclashable, and another setup doesn't work. Dive kick, Big Boy really wants to close this one out. Oh no, that's the last bar spent. But PL has one more left to go. The down one, lightning hands is going to take it away. Crowd popping off. They're here to support Big Boy. Now he finds himself 1 game away from sending Perfect Legend to losers, but what a close finish. It's really hard to call because it's one good decision from one good decision from another. We saw a couple of really good tags there from PL, and it was the start of something, but at the last possible minute, Big Boy made the right call. But he's committed to Brainiac now. That's the big thing. He now has no longer the option to swap characters. He is 1 game away from getting sent to losers. So even if he wins this, no more opportunity to change. He's committed to the Brainiac. He looks well practiced, and that was very close. Could definitely go either way still. A big part of it is just damage. The second Brainiac finally gets punished, you can see right here. The second he actually gets punished, it is a big and chunky punish. That's lightning. I think maybe just try to catch a backdash after that. Oh, instant dive kick, and he gets a full combo from it. Look at that damage off a dive kick. Big Boy with 400. Big Boy damage. Instant jump 2 to catch the active frames. Hit confirming it into it. That's a forward 2-3. It's actually a hard knockdown, but again, Big Boy with the challenge. He's now match point up on Perfect Legend, but there's a big meter deficit here. That might be the lifeline. Indeed, but the health deficit is a bit more important at this point, I think. That's the meter forward 3. Big Boy the patience. That's 2 bars down for PL. Oh, wow, what a call out. Hard knockdown once again. Going in for the jump. Lightning cage doesn't work. He's in the corner, but that, importantly, didn't take a nick of damage. That entire sequence was perfectly played by PL. He knew he had a massive amount of health to come back on. That's it. Oh no, Big Boy dropped the combo. Punished with a wake-up attack. Oh. Threads the needle in between back 1-2. There's that air to air. Tries to catch it again. Oh! Oh, doesn't get a full combo. Just goes for reset instead. He went 4-3. I think he just wants to keep his stuff unclashable at this point. Oh no, the drone gets eaten up. Very close game to end things up. And the Big Boy, he's on match point, gets a hit. PL forced to clash, but the thing is, he kind of had to, because that meter bend dive kick was probably going to do more damage than this damage output off the clash will do. He only spent 2 though, so he's going to eat mean, that's still quite a lot of damage, but still has enough to survive. PL would have taken a lot more than 25 damage. Going for the instant bang the farm, but no punish from Big Boy. PL, a little bit of life left, but it might not be enough. We'll see if he can do it. Oh, that's it. Could that be enough? Unclashable? No, he hesitates. Oh, it's a dive kick. Is that going to be it? Yes, it is. Perfect Legend pulls the miraculous comeback out of nowhere. And we're going to game 5. Keeping things unclashable. The last minute mix-up, another dive kick. Down 1 or dive kick. That is the mix-up, and he's doing it so perfectly. This is pool play. We are in the early stages of this pool. Big Boy versus Perfect Legend. We are going to game 5. Only one of these guys can move on to winners. And neither will be happy going into losers after this series. Catches a jump back 1. That's going to be a guaranteed trait. Keeping himself a little bit safer, but another meterless punish on that dive kick into Black Magic. See how much damage he gets right here into setup. And I like that close lightning trap. That's now going to completely shut down Brainiac point blank. Oh, Perfect Legend make himself very unpredictable. Get a back 3, full combo. And there we go, Tendril. He spends the meter burn Tendril. He wants big damage. He wants to contend. He wants to go toe-to-toe with this Black Adam damage. Oh, wow. That was a really high dive kick. Oh, that's a clean punish. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt big time. Oh, air tech. Big Boy tries to bait it out. Yeah, Edwin spends that 2 bars just to not die from it. That was a really good air tech, actually. Definitely kept himself alive. Wow. Down 1. Here comes PL. Straight down. That's it. Get the orbs out. Oh, wow. Nothing Big Boy, yeah, I don't think he was quite expecting that. And Perfect Legend brings himself to match points. I like he's going for the bomber drone because the second that bomb gets dropped, even if the drone disappears, the bomb stays where it is. With punish. Down 1 challenge. Instant head dive kick. The overhead comes out again. Unclashable. Go for the guaranteed knockdown. Wow, there we go. Yeah, there we are. That orb on block doing more than enough damage to take it down, and Big Boy himself is now on match point. A little bit of a life deficit, but oh wow, what good mix-up. The jump in 1 went for like a cross-up. That was so strange. He's going to get guaranteed damage here, though. He's going to get free health back. But the important thing, though, is we see Perfect Legend opting to go for the unclashable all the time. Now he doesn't have to worry about that. Now he can go for optimal damage whenever he gets a hit. The question is, can he get the hit? Go for the down 1 low once again. Oh, that's no full combo, doesn't get the conversion. Oh, he tries to rip punish, but he doesn't quite get it in time. But look at this life lead. Perfect Legend is really staying on this, but a full punish from Big Boy. Good block, nice reaction, but checked by the point blank lightning. There it is again. Staying safer, but getting good damage regardless. Can't hit confirm from that far away. PL does have a clash himself, but he's not spending it. I wonder why he didn't go for the clash. He's got loads of bar, but he might not have the chance to spend it. No! Perfect Legend goes down to Big Boy, saving his clash, doesn't go for it, but at the last minute, keeps the damage unclashable. Oh, that was so unfortunate for Perfect Legend. That was his opportune moment to go for the clash at the last minute. Maybe he just thought he'd used it already. I think, honestly, he probably expected to save his 4 bars of meter to get the guaranteed kill at the very end. The problem was, he just ate complete unclashable damage. That 1 chance he had, there were no more opportunities to clash after that. That was his 1 and only shot, and he didn't do it. But I mean, it's very easy here, in hindsight, to reflect upon, should have clashed here, definitely didn't. But at the same time, we've already seen that happen a lot in Injustice, where what can seem quite questionable clashes have actually ended up winning the game. If you hold on to that bar, it gives you the bar to
understand
go for
why he chose not to.
Yeah,
it was a risky decision, but he definitely went to it for a reason.
I'll hold on to the bar to have the meter. If I get an EX dive or meter burn dive kick, I can get more damage from that. I have the option to hit confirm into the meter burn back 3. I have the meter burn tendril, and obviously the wake up option too. So you have the safer charge. So he held on to it just for the utility, for the safety, I think, but at the cost of that life, which took him down to low enough that the dive kick was enough damage by itself to take out that last chunk. I mean, that's a bit of a heartbreak. Obviously, well done to Big Boy.
Oh, of course.
The played out of his mind. Amazing Black Adam looking through, but Perfect Legend had to work so hard and got so close to making that comeback in that set, but was just snuffed at the final minute. I think a major factor we saw there as well was the unclashable meter burn low lightning. And it does so much damage. So if you choose not to go for a wager and he hits you with just a raw low lightning, that's basically 20% unclashable damage you can't do anything about. Well, especially if it's point blank, where you're kind of waiting for the overheads from Black Adam, where it's kind of like the overhead punch or low lightning is kind of the mix-up. You very rarely see them done sort of raw like that, but that's where you play at this high level. Both players they're just respecting buttons. They know what the options are, but I mean, that's just the damage. That is Black Adam. You cannot let him get that damage on you. And in most situations, it's hard to stop him from doing that. So, stepping up to the plate next, looks like we have Rio. That's essentially, he's a really old school player. Rio has been around for a while. He knows a thing or two about NetherRealm games. Injustice, you know, most of all, this guy he plays so many characters. And I actually think that's one of the biggest assets that Ryo has going into this, is he plays so many different characters in this game that it is very hard to prepare for him. Because you have just no way of knowing what character he's going to be bringing out against you when it comes down to it. You know, we've saw Ryo go to just, I don't want to say random characters, but definitely, you know, characters you might not expect sometimes. I think he's kind of settled on Catwoman recently, though. He plays a lot of different characters, but right now, in recent tournaments, Catwoman really kind of has been one of the characters he's been playing quite a lot, I think we definitely saw a lot of Catwoman from CEO, which obviously wasn't that long ago now, but Catwoman versus Superman. If you see this quite a bit nowadays, both these characters being very popular. So it's Method Ryo versus Snacks from 7-Eleven. Going into their button checks, making sure everything's good to go. At this stage, I mean, you really can't afford to lose a game. I know it's 3 out of 5, but you can't afford to lose a game to a button being wrong. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, unfortunately, we have already seen that be a thing this weekend across EVO. You know, where players don't do their button checks and they unfortunately have to sort of forfeit games and throw away matches unnecessarily. We're going straight back in. Going for player select, so the button check might have been for one character. Or, yeah, the last minute change. He was button checking it with Superman, but his character is going to be Aquaman. Now, we've actually already seen this today. We saw Samij versus $sign earlier on, and that was a swift 3-0 to Samij. Now, how is this going to come out? Oh yeah, Snacks trying to start off with that raw back 3. No whip punish them from Ryo either. I think Ryo playing great. But Ryo is a very patient player. So he's very calculated, very calm. Not quite as explosive as like the Sonic Foxes or you know, the Samajas, the PLs, but definitely a reliable way of playing. That low. Expect him to press the button maybe, but almost immediately we are seeing Snacks go for the staggered back 1 because he knows his opponent's going to sit there and respect it. And Ryo as well, very knowledgeable player. He is likely to respect everything he knows he has to hold, so it kind of almost gives you even more free staggers. Oh wow, wonderful sort of wake-up setup there just to sort of reverse that trident rush. Actually saw Samij doing the same thing there, just going for those almost like wake-up reversal setups where you sort of land right as they sort of turn around just for that free combo. Looking really good right now. Neutral jump 2, a lot of range on that. Guarantees jailing strings as well. He's got those advancing mids. Clean cat dash right there. Unfortunately, Aqua Armor doesn't do anything. It's going to be a long time before he gets it back, so that jump back. Another setup coming out, though. Snacks is unfortunately just falling prey to these meaty setups every time. Ryo basically just dialing this stuff in, and it's going to be working out. Health regen going to be important, though. We've seen how much damage Catwoman can do. Doesn't need Bar to do it. And now she has 2, so that opens up the cat dash possibilities. Oh, down 1 check, but no, the back 3. Really sort of strange on-hit effect there. A little bit too close for the back 3 to connect, I think. There's that Catwoman back dash. Very hard to deal with. Has a lot of this trait stock, though. 4 scratches. What a reaction. But, oh, gets himself away. Snacks could have been down there. Nice back 3. Actually gets a significant hit, but drops the combo. Yeah, for life, I know. Gets hit by the follow-up forward 2. Ryo losing his first life bar, but look at all that bar behind him and almost a fully stacked trait. No clash either. Snacks has already gone for it, which means if he gets hit now, he's going to lose the game. Uh-oh. Caught by a cat dash, so not a lot of early damage. He's going to have a little bit left, but no!
Is that dead?
That's enough. Yeah, that fully stops trait. All he needs now is half of 1% left. Oh, that's it. Cat dash. That's chip damage. More than enough by itself to take that away. And 1 game already on the board for Ryo. Method Ryo, I should say. Shout-outs to the sponsorship. Yeah, quite a recent pickup, actually. Him and Silvereye. Definitely a good call for Method, I think. You know, Silvereye already made out of his pool. Ryo looking good to do the same thing. Definitely a smart pickup. There's that mix-up. She's got the low, or she's got that overhead flip. The overhead flip, I believe, is +2 as well, so she's very dangerous at point blank. Nice reaction punish. That's that Injustice 1 special. Sort of deliberately put yourself at that range of an unblockable interactable just to meter burn back 3 through it. That's sort of next level read. Injustice Gods Among Us, Atlantis corners. Of course, the classic. There is something very loud going on over there. It's EVO. That's what you expect. Oh, doesn't quite whip punish the back 3.
You're in over your head.
I'll claw my way out.
So right now, it just kind of looks very much like Ryo is just a little bit more in control. Just controlling that neutral. Knows when to pick his moments, but he's not really getting opened up too much. Well, that's familiar of how that's definitely how Ryo likes to play. You know, he's not as explosive as other players. He's not as just, you know, go in, rush down, mix up, you know, get in their mind. He is a very calculated player. This is the speed he likes to play. He likes to just control how the match is played. And Catwoman, I think, is a really good character to let him do that. Well, she controls the pace of the game without needing a projectile to do so. She's quite unique in that respect. There's the stagger grab, a little bit too far away, but the back three again catching those button presses. And now, even more dangerously, he's going to get Snacks in the corner. Challenges it with the wake up down 2. Going to have to spend a bar to try and fight out of the corner now with the damage he does. It's a nice, respectable amount, but look at the bottom of the screen. 5 cat ticks ready to go. No clash on the side of Snacks either. This is all going to be guaranteed damage. Unless he can air tech, but the Catwoman is quite hard to do that against the plus frames. Disrespects it, and the sweep's going to work. That's probably chip damage, and yes, it is. Snacks from 7-11 goes down 2 games already. Method Rio looking very strong. On the verge of taking a 3rd game in a row. We've seen quite a lot of 3-0s today, with the exception of that really crazy PL versus Big Boy set, which was 3-2. But so far, been quite a dominant performance from basically everyone involved today. Yes, Meter Burn Cat Dash going through that though for the restand. Nice damage potential. And again, the meaty. Good block from Snacks. Starting to pay attention to it now. Oh, there's the reset. Tricky stuff coming out from Rio. Drops the ender, but doesn't really matter too much. Look at the life difference. Commanding life lead and then some.
That's just really good spacing. The back 3 has so much range, and normally it catches you off guard, but Rio is just ready for it. He sees it, he whiff punishes it. It's a mute problem in this matchup so far.
Sort of sitting in that magical range that Rio just doesn't want to deal with anything Aquaman has to go with. But one time he jumped in, Meter Burn back three is going to get him away. But there's that range that sort of low, yeah, but I say low trip is turned the main threat here. And when it connects, you can go in for some pressure. Oh, there's the whiff. Rio was waiting for it.
He's just baiting it at this stage. He knows that at this stage, I think Snacks is a little bit preemptive. Wanted to go for the back 3, but he's now getting consistent with punished. And that's another full combo. One of her many meterless launchers bags humongous damage.
Snacks has an important decision to make here. Spend 3 for health or spend 2 to maybe just trade out. But he needs to make sure he keeps himself with at least 1 bar because he kind of needs that to open her up and get a respectable amount of damage to just even things out.
Rio at this stage doesn't even need to spend any bar there. Now he's going to get the cat dash punished. And at this point, Snacks can't challenge it. And you have to look again. 5 more cat scratches. And now he's got to be really careful because he's almost dead.
Oh! Wow. Beats the shield clean. And this is probably guaranteed death at this point unless he makes something miraculous happen. Ooh. Oh, this could be the start.
He's going to get the knockdown, but that's going to be a safe wake up from Rio, but he doesn't even need it. Down 1 does the job. He's going to move on in winners. And we will be seeing Rio again later.
Indeed. Congratulations, Rio, for moving on. Obviously still in losers is Snacks, so definitely not still out. That's the beauty of it, though. Double elimination. You might have lose the safety net of winners bracket going down to losers, but ultimately you are still in the tournament, which is by far the most important thing.
So, we have a match coming up right now. It's going to be WPG King Raj versus DF Gur. Now, King Raj, they're Firestorm, right?
This is probably going to be Firestorm versus Bane. Now, this is not something we see often at all, and I'm quite excited to see how this pans out. King Raj being... There really isn't a lot of Firestorm players going at the moment. There's a few here and there, like Shujinki Dink. We have John Nitty. King Raj are probably the 3 I see the most.
Godspeed, I think he still plays Firestorm, I believe.
I believe he plays Firestorm and Black Adam. But I'm talking about sort of just exclusive, just Firestorm players we see. I'm pretty sure Godspeed plays him still quite a lot, but that's still only 4 players in America.
He's not a very popular character, but he is very capable. He's got some unique elements to him. Decent keep away. He's got quite nice mobility, and he actually has got access to an air dash, which a lot of people sometimes forget about. He is one of the few characters in the game with that air mobility. He's got really strong wake-ups. He's got good pressure. And he plays the game at a solid level, I think, as a character in the game. He ticks quite a lot of those boxes.
Well, a big thing about him is that his trait seems quite hard to utilize. It takes a long time to charge up to maximum. And unlike some of the characters, like, for example, you know, Atrocitus starts with a full bar, Batman starts with 3 bats. Most of the characters start with, like, that fully stocked trait to go with right at the beginning. Firestorm was a bit like, you know, Black Canary. Black Canary, I believe, she sort of has to charge that Canary Cry from the start to the longer it goes through. Firestorm is one of those characters where he starts with no trait and sort of charges as the match goes on. So you find yourself at 1 bar trait quite a lot, 2 bar trait quite a lot, but getting it to the maximum of 3 bars to give him that health regen and the damage additions and the extra utility to his moves, that takes quite a while to get going. And it can be a bit of a matchup changer when you've got that one. And even then, when you use it, you have it for a little while, and then you have to wait for it to charge up all over again.
It feels like currently right now, the characters that don't have their character powers available immediately, they definitely don't have, and very obviously, I suppose, as much of a strong start as other characters. So if you are a character that has an amazing start, because they have a lot of utility ready to go, it can be a little bit lopsided at the very beginning of the match. But as the match will progress, that's when they start to really come alive. But to be honest, Bane versus Firestorm, one element here I think is going to be, although Firestorm's wake-ups are quite effective, they are individually single-hitting, and Bane chews single-hitting wake-ups up for breakfast. Like, he
deals with that, unlike most characters in the game, because the armored properties of his Venom moves. One hit of armor, yes, but if you've got a single hit wake up, he doesn't care. Well, the question is whether we're going to see that happen here in this game. Looks like they're about to go for their button checks fairly soon. So predicted, as we thought it was going to be, Bane versus Firestorm. We don't get to see this too frequently, but even then, like, should this not go well for Go, we know he's got access to. He plays a bit of Deadshot. He plays a bit of Superman as well. I was even fighting his Dr. Fate in casuals the other day. He apparently really enjoys playing too, so quite unpredictable, but I say the main one we expect to see is the Bane. That's what he was known for in Injustice 1, and that's what he's been playing the most in Injustice 2. But King Raj been doing quite well in online tournaments with Firestorm. Out there quite a lot, being seen. You really see the guy's gameplay quite often. You just know he knows a thing or two about this guy. Yeah, exactly, which at EVO can be all you need. Immediately with the matchup knowledge, you can neutral jump the ball rush, and you can whiff punish it with a charge. Immediately ready for this matchup. Does get tagged by the low immediately, but a combo drop from Gur to start things off. Still has a life lead, but the Venom is starting to tick down. Let's not forget, when Bane is on Venom, he does have a hit of armor on all of his special moves. It can be make or break. Here comes King Raj. Nice damage off the Molten Trap. Meter burning that to get a full combo, so important. Oh, wow. I think maybe from Gur that could have been an input error from the grab. But right now, it looks like this first round is much more advantage for King Raj, but immediately challenging it. And at that stage, Wake Up made a lot of sense. He can't really armor through it because he hasn't got the health. That's what I mean. Armor is armor, but if you don't have the health to absorb the hit, you are still going to go down to it. And that nice meter burn back 3. Very good option in this matchup universally against Bane. There we go. He's got that fully charged trait. He's going to start healing himself up. Look at that damage over time ticking up. This damage is to be quite disgusting. Keeping Wake Up Gur unclashable. But there's a punish again from Gur. He's going to get good damage right here. Opting not to go for the second Venom though. Triple guards the down one. So right here, it's been a really, really good game for King Raj so far. He has to go for health back in this scenario, but yeah, 3 bars spent. Gur doesn't really want to mess around. But even with this health, Bane, if he gets one good knockdown, well, I maybe speak too soon. He's taking a lot of damage now. He's going to power through this one wake up, but he still has one more hit to do, and the unsafe overhead, but not punished. And the grab comes through anyway, but that was undeniably a very, very good game for King Raj. I wonder if we're going to see Bane again, or whether he's going to change character. I mean, I do believe he just saw him sort of mouth player select. I don't think he wants to run that back. Deadshot, yeah, not wasting any time. Straight into, I believe, his sort of like first go-to secondary. Sort of shaking his head. I don't think he's very happy about this matchup whatsoever, but Deadshot being a reliable backup for a lot of situations, but you know, a very common character. It's very easy to get practice versus Deadshot players nowadays, so I definitely expect Raj to be ready for this. But the matchup's going to be much more different here. Deadshot with the really fast projectiles, he'll recover before the Firestorm projectile connects, so he's going to win those trades, if trades even occur, which means now Raj is going to be forced to come in. So we saw how he plays defensive, we're now going to have to see how he plays offensive. Of course, but sort of straight shot doing the job, sort of just stopping any of these Firestorm specials before they even start up. And all this damage already on the side of King Raj. This is really what Gur sort of went to this matchup for, I think, just to really slow things down, have that better advantage from distance. Obviously, Bane can't do anything from this range, whereas this is exactly where Deadshot wants to be. Raj now has access to his trait, fully stocked. He's got to be really careful, though. I think he didn't want to overextend because look how much bar Gur's built. He's going to have access to that meter burn wake-up attack. And at the moment, it kind of seems like Raj is a little bit preemptive, doesn't want to go in. If you go in too hard and you hit by wake-up attacks, you actually risk repositioning yourself, and now Deadshot can run away for the whole screen again. So far, you definitely have to be very slow when moving in versus Deadshot. You have to sort of walk your way in, take your jumps when you can, but don't be too predictable. And if your projectiles are fast enough, maybe try and go through. But the thing is, he's actually not going to have time to go for that sort of flame carpet, the meter burn. If he trades the projectile, he's not going to get it out in time, so that isn't going to work for him here. Nice tech. Let's see Raj finally gets himself point blank. There we go, goes for the maximum trait. The health regen is going to be the most important thing here, most likely. Oh, tries to go for a Rollo by itself. It's going to connect, but a nice throw. I really like that Rollo, actually, because when he's in that sort of blue flame mode and he's got maximum trait, he does get true single launching overheads. So the raw low molten trap or overhead, it's a true 50-50. But he's taken so much damage. Unfortunately, he actually didn't get the meter burn projectile. Didn't connect at the last minute. Not a good trade for Raj either. They both go full screen again and they trade damage. But with the amount of damage that Gur had left, that trade wasn't going to help him at all. 1-1. So the character change definitely doing work already for Gur. You can sort of see immediately why he went to this. Definitely seems a bit more comfortable for him. I think generally as a matchup, Firestorm versus Bane looked like Firestorm had a good opportunity to sort of just run away and keep as far away as possible. Catwoman. Okay, didn't even know King Raj had a Catwoman. Well, this is quite commonly referred to as one of Deadshot's bad matchups. She does the low profiling. She goes under a lot of his projectiles. And the jump too, the effective mid-screen range that Deadshot normally commands, like right there, she denies it, and then she's the one in charge. The jump two and the whip trip, we've already seen just now why Deadshot can't really move at this portion of the screen. But already cornered. There's the wake up though, doesn't want anything to do with this meaty stuff. There we go, with the straight shot, eat a whip trip, that's the way it is. Now he's got the explosive bullets locked though, so if he does get hit, it's going to send him full screen. It is going to matter though, goes for it. Oh, wake up. Actually gets stuffed clean. He's been able to fight back a little bit, but with his back to the wall, it's minimal walking distance until Catwoman goes within that good range again. And a big thing, her walk speed as well. She walks in faster than most. And at this age, having a very hard time dealing with this range. But it's been a game of counterpick so far, right? Where it went Bane to Deadshot to beat the Firestorm, but now it's Catwoman to deal with the Deadshot. You wonder if Gur loses this, which it's looking likely he might do because this is not a good matchup at all. Well, this is exactly why it's important to have more than one character available to you. Like, I know everyone wants to be a character specialist. That's definitely something that we used to see almost exclusively in fighting games, but especially in the NetherRealm scene, sort of having a team of characters to deal with bad matchups or matchups you don't particularly like playing has become the norm. You know, through most of MKX's life, and especially from the start of Injustice 2. That's what the majority of the top players are doing right now. And obviously, the proof is in what you see here. Gur was actually able to reverse this momentum and had King Raj in the corner. And if you've got her in the corner, she is now no longer at the effective range that she would dominate. Well, unfortunately, yeah, that might have been unbelievably costly. Forced to use his wager. And the important thing here, though, is that it's going to put Deadshot first to full screen. It's exactly where he wants to be. King Raj doesn't actually have a bar yet, so the Reburn Cat Dash isn't going to be as much of a threat right now. Explosive rounds loaded once again. Yeah, that's why he wants to send him full screen. It's very important that he hits those. He cannot let Catwoman within this whip trip range. Oh, wow, nice preemptive air shot. Gur is playing this really well. He's built 2 bars, almost on the verge of making 3. Yeah, he's doing a really good job of keeping King Raj away now. And there's that ground trick shot. Doesn't want to eat that low profiling whip anymore. But now Gur is back to the corner, but has bar for an air escape. This is where King Raj needs to make it count. Gur has not had the chance to use his wager now, but unfortunately, it's back to the wall again. Oh, hang on. Oh, wake up misses. King Raj uses the space, but he has to watch out for chip damage here. Corner escape. Oh, it's the wake up with the knee once again. King Raj does not have the health to absorb the hits, and Gur's going to take away that game. That was looking so good for King Raj at the start, but ultimately Gur just, like you said, the momentum shift, got himself out of the corner, gave himself the screen to work with, and the rest was history. Him getting out the corner was definitely the lifeline. Like, there's no doubt about it. And he had the entire screen to work with. He had the interactables that could keep her at bay because they kind of commanded the floor. And then when he finally his back to the wall, King Raj could have potentially taken it if he could have kept him in the corner, but they repositioned again, and that was all he needed. But so far, still very even. But once more, Gur is to the wall. At this stage, King Raj needs to just keep him here. But that's sometimes easier said than done. If you're going to play Deadshot, you're going to be used to having your back to the wall. This is going to be somewhere you're going to have to be comfortable with. Unfortunately, King Raj's Catwoman just doesn't quite look as optimized as other Catwomans we've seen today. I think this is definitely sort of that. This is what you see in like a pocket character, right? It might not have the amount of time dedicated to it as that of your main, but you pick it because the matchup you just think is so bad for your main character. You just need that backup. All the meter drain shots now coming out from Gur. Doesn't even want the explosive ones anymore. That jump into, very important. And there's the air tech right before Meteorman Cat Dash. Still very even. Okay, he's had his back. Wow, low profiling the straight shot with a back 3. Good However, move. They've ended the round, but look at the distance. King Raj can't really, he can't really stop Gur from running away. He's got the whole screen to work with. Gur's now on match point. He's only got 1 life bar, and that was a very unfortunate blue shot to eat, I think. No anti-air, but challenges it down 2 anyway afterwards. Oh, tries to go for the unclashable, but misses the follow-up. Raw knee out of block stun. Trying to get that reversal timing. Nice preemptive jump back 1. You can see Gur really just trying to command this space. There's the other interactable, just keeping that distance. It's just an extra projectile at the end of the day. It really helps him out, but it is gone now. Now we saw Gur get out of this corner twice at least last time. Has ran out of space, so he's going to have to win with his back to the wall, unless he can reposition, but we'll see if King Raj can get it working. Ball jumps back, loses that space, that's not what he wants. just waiting for the jump, anti-airing with the interactable. Almost like using the invincibility to make it whiff. Oh, tries to punish, but isn't quite close enough. Himself safe. Oh, no. The corner, but gets the air-to-air. That's huge. Go doesn't go for the... Oh, no. Oh, no. Clash. The wake-up's going to connect. This is such a difficult situation. No, whiffs it again. Drops his combo. Gur catches him. And that's it. It's game over. Indeed it is. 3-1 to Gur. King Raj. I mean, both those games, they were looking good, but ultimately it just came down to a few miscalculations at the very end. But King Raj, very much something that Gur going to be happy with that for sure. And again, it just goes down to how important it is to have multiple characters. Because that's why, you know, we saw Bane versus Firestorm, very one-sided. Gur did not look in control at all. Then goes to Deadshot, and it was a completely different
But he went straight to player select as well. Like, he didn't waste any time. There was no messing around. It was, I don't like this matchup. I've got a backup for a matchup just like this. I'm going to go to it, and that's it. But it did the job. But then we saw King Raj try to essentially do the same thing. He went, well, I don't really like the Deadshot matchup as Firestorm. I've got a pocket Catwoman for Deadshots. In the first game, he picked it. It looked really strong. I was willing to say, because Gur was actually getting destroyed in the first few rounds, about the first round and a half.
He just brought it back, right? He was able to keep himself together, and whatever it was he had to change, he did. And that's why he's going to move on. But speaking of moving on, we have our next set up and ready to go very soon. It's going to be Bad Larry versus Big D. So the return of this Poison Ivy we saw do really well earlier on. So we have to wait and see if Big D can sort of maintain the quality we saw from him before. Looking really strong already. Poison Ivy being quite a complicated character to play. Just general B&Bs are quite tricky. Some very precise links here and there to when you actually have to time your normals. But he seems to be getting them quite consistently today. The question is whether you can sort of keep it up.
So, this does, I mean, speak of the obvious. We are moving through these pools now. We are reaching the later stages of some of these pools before other ones will begin. Which means that many of these guys have been winning all their way through to this point. So sometimes when you reach winners' finals of pools, even that's where the two best players of that pool will sort of collide. Only one of them will make it out in winners. And in this tournament, actually, two players will make it out of losers. Which opens up for a much more interesting losers bracket, I think. When you make it out of the group, that sort of like double jeopardy, getting double eliminated by the same person, doesn't really happen anymore in these larger scale tournaments. You can prepare for multiple matchups rather than the same person twice. But it does ultimately still happen sometimes. I mean, sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. That's just the way things work out. But ultimately, you want to get out of your pool and win a side. And like I said, this is still early days, but we are playing through the whole tournament today. So strap yourselves in at home. This is the Injustice 2 Pro Series, EVO 2017. This is a major event for the Injustice community. There are so many points on the line for the Pro Series leaderboards, as well as a massive amount of cash prize money. And we're going to find out today who is the first Injustice 2 World Champion. I mean, if you win EVO, you're pretty much guaranteed into the finals. I mean, that is how significant these points are. If you've been doing well or making top 8s in the other Premier event, and you get top 8 here, once again, you are very close to, if not confirmed. Also, it's just a good major tournament for those players that are after those points and they're hungry for those points.
So it looks like we're going to be seeing Poison Ivy versus Darkseid. Big D with Poison Ivy and Bad Larry with this Darkseid, unless obviously this is just a button check. But Darkseid, a character we've seen a little bit of this weekend. Not quite as much as we might have expected, but definitely here represented. So there's a couple of elements in this matchup. Poison Ivy likes being at range. Darkseid likes getting through range because he's got access to his minion. He's got the airborne teleport, the grounded teleport, both of which deal with projectiles. The big thing about Darkseid versus other sort of keep away characters or characters that want to play for that sort of long distance, his Omega Beams knock down. And that is the changer. Because whenever he gets a trade, if your projectile hits him and he's standing up and his hits you and you're knocked down, he is now winning that projectile war.
But in this matchup, the ground spike and the Omega Beam will both knock down. But already immediately with a nice big damage combo to start this off. Bad Larry with a good start. And now he's going to go for that zoning game, but Big D fighting back. You can just see the minion in the distance really getting that sort of rotation on deck where it's spike, projectile. Wow, wake up grab.
Yeah, straight away. Big D with the read. It's a good job because Larry went in for that overhead.
He's going to get knocked down into the bark. That's going to heavily reduce chip damage completely. And now he's got Bad Larry in the corner. Darkseid does a good wake up. But when she's got that restand, he can't go for a wake-up at all.
But that's the way that Big D plays. For the most part, he's going to leave you standing, so wake-ups aren't anywhere near as much of a thing to worry about. And that's just the way he plays this character, and it works out for him really well. Or just goes to the stomp, doesn't connect, gets hit by the overhead once again. Bad Larry really needs to start reacting to those 4-3s. Oh, the little minion, going to shoot him out of the air.
Oh, gets rid of the crocodile as well. MVP of the game so far.
There's the teleport, the advance, but actually committing to the forward jump into Stomp when Big D had already walked well far away from it. Oh, wow, beats the Omega Beam before it even starts up. Big D playing this matchup really well so far.
Tempted, but no.
So right now, looking like there's just another level of comfort. Big D prepared for a lot of these matchups, I think. There's another knockdown. He's going to go for the bark. You'll pretty much consistently see Big D go for that bark, I think. When he realizes he can't go for trait. When the trait's on cooldown, it's bark. When the trait's up, it's trait, then bark. Oh, good block. Backdash is working. There we go. Whiff punishes the stomp. Bad Larry is going to connect. Now, that's good for Larry to get the trade, but ultimately, look at this life deficit. Big D with like a clean, like 950-ish, you know, at least. Over 1,000 health lead. Tries to juggle off the minion. I mean, Darkseid, he can get going, but to be honest, aside from the first confirm that we saw at the very beginning of the game, he didn't really have the chance to get Darkseid snowball rolling, did he? No, not at all. He had a good start, but ultimately it just didn't work out well in the end. But that's what happens to Darkseid, you know. And the real mix-ups come from standing overhead or standing instant air stomp. That really is like the main mix-up with Darkseid. Because when he's left the ground, obviously his jumping attacks don't become an overhead until he's kind of like at the peak of his jump arc. So you kind of just block low until he's up really high, and then it becomes a bit of a 50-50 between jumping attack or low stomp. But his standing overhead or instant low stomp, that's where the real mix-up lies. I think that Big D is kind of just commanding that point-blank range, so he's just not letting that be a threat. There's a lot of confidence. Oh, doesn't quite get the punish on the regular stomp, though. But we saw almost like an element of corner pressure without being point-blank there from Big D, where he actually kept Larry in the corner, but he was just going for that Sukins, because he just knew that Larry had nothing to challenge the trait and ground spike mix-up. Or I guess the mix-up, the sequence, I guess it's better called. Oh, good block from Big D, though. Oh, wow, tags him out of the teleport before he leaves. That was unfortunate for Bad Larry. Almost could have got away there, but wasn't quite able to. And Big D with another huge life lead. Going in for the minion. Gets the knockdown, so it's not a huge amount of damage, but once again, establishing, but goes for the stomp. He's not really going for the jump in. It's pretty much the stomp 100% of the time, and I think Big D's really caught sight of that. Well, the thing is, Big D's not trying to actually like apprehend him in the air, you know, sort of catch him when he teleports. He's just trying to move out of the way. He's just walking back so the stomp doesn't even reach. So there's no mix-up. It's just teleport into basically no threat because of the way he's playing it. Another trip guard gets hit by the low. Last minute. No doubt we're going to see a meter burn grab here into the restand mix-up. I wonder... Oh, no! The unblockable! That was quite cheeky, but Larry was ready for it. The second he saw that jump in, he knew the barrel was coming. So straight in with a knee just to completely make it not work. That could have been disastrous for Bad Larry, but even though he made that great read, still hugely down on life. That's going to be the deciding factor here. Now, right as the minion appears, it disappears right as it turns up because of the ground spike. No! The minion! It's on him! It's literally in him! How'd you get away from that? Oh, no.
That was the ultimate BM. The minion was like, no, you don't.
That wasn't spitting acid. That was just biting his ankles. It was that close.
That's 2-0, though. I mean, Big D looking very comfortable. One game away from moving out winners.
I think it can almost be underrated how strong Big D's Poison Ivy is. He's got a lot of matchup knowledge. He's been playing pretty much just this character as well.
The thing is, we just don't get to see him that often. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to Big D. We just don't get to see him play in tournaments all too often. Obviously, he's a Florida guy. Florida has an amazing scene for Injustice 2 already. Obviously, shouts to White Boy, the winner of CEO, who we'll be seeing a little bit later on today.
Shouts to the entire Florida scene. So much talent in one part of the country.
But the first hit's going to go to the way of Bad Larry this time. It's a good start for him. Gets that bar. Oh, but the minion once again. But to stop to any momentum.
One thing that we do see Big D do a good job of so far, though, is, for those that may not know, when Poison Ivy actually takes damage, the minion will disappear when it's out.
That's why you see Big D being very defensive whenever he's got the minion out.
You almost never see it disappear because he puts up such a brick wall of defense to keep it out there, to just harass as much as possible. But Larry has had a much better start here. We'll see if he can keep it going. There's the check. That's going to be a meter burn into full combo.
Now, do we see Big D go for the air tech? Yes, he does. Straight away. Denies it. Nice air to air.
Knockdown into minion. Goes in for it. Minion versus minion, though. This time it's Darkseid that prevails. Yeah.
That's a much, much better start for Bad Larry, though. Is down on bar, but is actually able to get some hits on the board. Oh, and again, another trip guard. Big D not letting any of that go. This is the combo, though. One of the first times we've seen him drop that all day. These strings. That's one thing Poison Ivy does an amazing job of. It's just meter build. She builds so much bar. Oh
no, he ate the forward 3 from max range.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a preemptive air stomp from Bad Larry. Oh yeah, this stage is actually match point for Big D. Let's see if he can pull it through. Bad Larry, I mean, it's a 3-game comeback, but he is having a much better game. And again, before the boom tube appears, he does get a hit, which makes the minion disappear. As you can see, he's not even trying to go in. The second the minion's there, he will just sit and block from range, because as long as he's blocking, the minion will stay there and continue to pepper out the projectiles. Or misses again, maybe just slightly too far out of range there. All the S-Stomp misses again. Bad gets summoned up by forward 3 another time. Not even trying to clash here.
This has been a consistent problem for him. He's been eating that forward 3 pretty much the entire set. Definitely need to react, but he gets a back 3 into transition. Now, going back to mid-screen, I would like to have seen him maybe keep some corner pressure, but then again, Darkside can mix basically anywhere on the screen. The danger is going to be the extra interactables. He hasn't got a lot of health left.
Well, this is the room in Atlantis. You get a lot of unblockables. In fact, actually could have thrown the orb behind him.
There's the unblockable, but he was ready with the meter burn forward 3. Had to use Clash. He was by far going to die if he didn't do it.
But does Big D use his only bar here to stop him getting life back? Yes, he does.
And he's got a minion. If he can whiff and get a minion for free, which he has done.
He just summoned it, unchallenged. That could be disastrous. Bad Larry might have lost the game on that alone. Here comes the juggle, the chip damage. That is it.
He could not get out of it. The second we saw the minion unchallenged, that was pretty much game over, because when he's at range, you sit there and take it. Do you let him build all this bar? You've already used your Clash. I mean, what more can you do in that situation?
Well, he did what he could, but ultimately, Big D just looking too strong today. That is just what you expect to see, and what's what you want to see. We're seeing so many characters represented here today, and across yesterday as well. We do have some pools left to go, but we are nearing the end of pool stages. And on that note, we're going to go to a quick break while we get the next stage of pools underway. So please don't go anywhere, because the Injustice 2 Pro Series at EVO 2017 will be right back.
Okay, class. We'll be picking up where
Get ready for a more vivid window into your games with a stunning 4K display and graphics that bring all the action to life.
Peter, are you still with us?
The Dell Inspiron 157000 Gaming with a 7th Gen Intel Core i7 processor. Your screen, super powered. See it in Spider-Man Homecoming. Dell, as real as it gets.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the second day of EVO 2017. Injustice 2, I'm Darth Arma, and I'm joined.
Yeah, Katana Prime back in the building to get through this last and final set of pools right before we get into the big gauntlet strike all the way down the top 8, which will be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The journey is almost complete. For the first half. For some of these guys, it's a long leg. They will be playing their entire tournament today. Some people think momentum may play a huge factor in that. You start playing now and you go all the way through the entirety of the tournament, one-day event. Stamina will be tested, mental fortitude, and a few killers remain, and another chance for some heroes to rise to the occasion.
And coming up for you guys is the last block of pools.
Yes.
So after this, it's going to be the cream of the crop, the best of the best.
The official pool survivors have you. Sonic Fox comes up, and he's like all happy about this wristband. Tekken Master's like, yo, this is so cool. And a few things I saw from pools earlier out there. I watched Killer Jena coming up from Brazil, making it through his pools with Flash as well. So the Flash mains are all still alive.
Okay.
Somehow. That crazy set early in the day between PL and Big Boy, that was ridiculous. Brainiac putting in the work.
Oh, yeah.
Omega K still alive, Gorilla Grodd, and Losers. It's just
dream.
A beautiful thing and great. Oh, my God. If what I heard was right.
What did we hear?
The first match we're going to have for you today. Yes, we're going to have Blind Ducky going up against a CEO of a certain game company, which is weird because we had developers and presidents playing earlier in the day. The president of Arc System Works competed, and of course, because they're super anime, he had to play Supergirl and get that air dash. I mean, it's only right. Even though sickness kind of like destroyed him, and
hey, you got to play what you're used to, and that's
he said he felt bad, but it was an awesome thing to see the other developers come across over and support the games and just have fun, and it's a beautiful thing to see the family, you know, under this one roof at EVO with 5 million games. That is, to your left, the CEO of Square Enix playing Injustice 2 here at Evolution 2017. We have officially transcended Matsuda the God in his Final Fantasy gear. This is crazy.
It is quite a shock right now.
And Blind Ducky, a Raven player in Injustice 1, didn't quite get his character returned, so switches over, playing Harley Quinn. And Matsuda going with Catwoman.
You know, Ducky was a Raven player in Injustice 1, and I want to kind of point out that the walk speed was so improved in this version of the game that it kind of gave everyone Raven walk speed.
This is amazing. So the claws are out. Classic Femme Fatale fight. I don't even know if Blind Ducky is going to offer the CEO a button check because that's not how we do it. Right into it, setting him up, overhead gunshots, trying to grab the interactables is Matsuda.
Here we go, Blind Ducky being in full control right here, playing Doctor, pushing Catwoman closer and closer to the corner. And Matsuda's in a very bad spot right now. Ducky's not going to lay off.
I like what Ducky's doing. He's trying to make Harley seem so appealing that we get some type of joint venture, and hopefully we can get a Harley Quinn episode for like Final Fantasy 15 DLC. I am okay with this. I have an agenda.
That's quite a stretch.
Okay, let me live, all right? And don't kill my dreams, all right? I'm okay with these things. As Ducky tosses the cupcakes out, Matsuda just probably still in button check mode right now, but having fun, enjoying the view. Oh, and the wake up jump 3
he knew he was
over the hyenas.
He knew he was jumping in, read it, but didn't matter. Ducky shook it off, continuing his oppression, and he lets him jump out of the corner.
And the super, can he cross up with it? Yes, he does. I knew it was going to happen. The gods of the Japanese cross-ups, anime style, supers that cross up in the Matrix spike. Young Selena.
Here comes the hyena, hitting him overhead again.
All right, so Ducky about to close this one out, but the way I see it, since Matsuda landed the super, he's basically up 1-0 right now.
Pretty much,
so if we can get the guys in control to properly adjust the score, it is 1-0 as he throws his hands up in disbelief, landing the super, yet taking the L. And Ducky, who is unfazed, just a man here for business.
Do you think he knows? He has to know.
He absolutely knows. Ducky hasn't cracked a smile, not once.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's having fun at all up there. What is he doing?
trying to get the job done.
I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows who he's playing.
Just a great thing, man, to have a bunch of different guests and people from all walks and forms and skill levels to just come out and compete. The experience is something that we preach and talk about, and it really is so different to be here in person as Ducky slides up with the sliding combo into the restand plate. Dr. Poisonous plus the low gunshots, and this should be enough for the kill. The conversion, grab, stab, bam, and Matsuda back to the wall. I'm pretty sure Catwoman has every disease possible right now. I don't know what's in Harley's syringes, but I don't trust them.
No, definitely not. Definitely nothing good. No cure or serum for anything.
Yeah, genius or not, still psychopathic in a multitude of ways is Harley Quinn. And the cupcake bombs, which are actually grenades wrapped in icing. Such a lovely design as we head back to the corner. Big damage.
It's a good addition to something so deadly.
Right, mixing them up with the overhead starter and Blind Ducky, putting on a combo exhibition at this point. Down one, potential stance into the low cupcake, and 0-2.
Harley Quinn wins.
I guess we're not showing Ducky on camera because we don't want to show him not having a good time. Because here we have Matsuka, who's having an amazing time playing Injustice. Such a beautiful cinematic game.
Not even once. Joker never.
And that's a testament to the beauty of competition. Like, you know, you're just a CEO of, like, a huge game company. We've all played their games. And Ducky's just like, you're sitting in this chair next to me right now. You're just a competitor. Equality for all. And you can get mopped just like everyone else. And he's found the back three. The magic button is Matsuda a little too far out. Low profiling some things here, but however, dealing with Ducky's corner pressure is proving to be a little too much. I don't know what's harder, developing a game for 10 years or blocking Ducky's Harley. You tell me.
I'm going to say blocking Ducky's Harley, especially because even though he's in complete control, he is taking account to Catwoman's back three, and he's just going for the low gunshot. Not taking any chances, not taking any risks, not giving him that slow overhead.
All right, avoids the hyena, some spacing now. Found the second part of the string. And the transition as Catwoman's going to go for a little swim.
Getting caught in the fan.
It's the fan. Swimming skills not too, you know, that current a little too strong for young Selena here.
Okay, she found her footing now that she's on the other side.
Yeah, Ducky just jumping in, trying to get the job done. Summons the hyenas. And the super again. And will he go 2 for 2? He does not. This time it is blocked. Ducky is not amused. The wake-up tantrum stance. Throws another hyena into the instant jump 2. And Ducky, will he give him the handshake?
Ducky, all business.
There's the handshake.
Didn't even try to build up any kind of meter for super.
Ducky's like, yo, I don't play your games. What's up?
Who are you?
That's so amazing.
He didn't have a chance to Google who he was going up against. He had no idea. He had no idea.
I mean, that's cool. And I'm happy you're a part of this wonderful industry that allows us these opportunities to compete and travel the world and meet each other. Yeah. But it's business time.
It is. Ducky was all business, no smiles there. And, you know, I feel like even the days where the forums are very vivid and just everyone was so involved, Ducky was always the first to kind of like, he never stopped his gameplay. Even he would always use it to get in everyone's head. He would always talk the most trash to just kind of like really get under your skin, really make you sweat in the situations. And
you know he was super comfortable because he didn't say a word from the moment he stepped onto the stage until the moment he left. When he extended his hand for the shake, he kind of just looked like, do you want this? I don't know if this is okay. I kind of just mopped 3-0. And
I'm sorry, but
here we go. But no, Ducky's in advance. This is round 1, and it's happened to half the pool. You know, half the field is going to lose the first match. And an additional half is going to lose the second match. So by winning that first one, you just beat a quarter of the field, which is enough encouragement for everyone to come out, join the community, be a part of what makes this grand and such a important yet fun show to take part in, as there can only be one champion, but you never know what's going to happen. You may play the CEO of you know? Can we get like Boone to enter one year? That'd be tight.
He should. No, and you also get the experience of being at nothing beats being at a giant event like this live and in person. You know, hearing everyone in the room screaming, getting hype when you get hype, and, you know, cheering for their favorite players. There's nothing like it. You know, it is one thing to have a beautiful stream at home and you're watching it, but to just be amongst people, to be in a family of people just loving the same thing you love. There's
Speaking of families,
like
you know, the distance or time makes any impact to how close you are. That is a Foxy grandpa hailing from the UK, making his way across the pond once again, returning for Evolution. He's shooting people. You know, he's a dead shot guy. He kind of owns it. Plays a little Catwoman on the side.
Yes, Gur said he was getting very comfortable with the Catwoman matchup because he was playing Foxy a lot. And he said Foxy's Catwoman is really getting there.
All right, we're going to get a name on his opponent. Great support there. Rocking that Injustice 2 promo t-shirt from the jump, the release one. Such a cool t-shirt concept. I personally removed the trident from mine because Aquaman hurts my feelings.
No, he hurts everybody's feelings.
He has such an awesome design, though. It's kind of hard to actually hate him. But, you know, the salt. I personally have a theory that inside the trident, it's salt on the inside. So when he stabs it, when he does Trident Rush, that's why he's screaming. He's like letting it all out, and he's projecting himself, and it's awesome. And wait a minute, the disappearing act.
I don't know where our opponents went. They shouldn't be far. It looks like they're discussing something off stream. Just off to the side, talking to the crew. They're trying to get things worked out. But, you know, as you guys can see the venue in the background. You know.
Yeah, don't be mistaken. This place is actually packed. Everyone's just hovered around, looking at the other pools matches, and the part of the venue you can see is actually about 1/5 of the entire floor space.
Oh yeah, no, this room is ginormous.
Yeah, as we get the extreme close-up, Foxy's actually amused. He understood that the camera was all up in his face, and he is okay with this. The showman himself, very smooth, just calm down, very focused. One of those defensive guys who would time you out without a problem. Doesn't mind sitting full screen, you know, taking it one shot at a time. He likes to utilize his meter on push block. You spend all your time getting in, you finally do, and instantly pushes you away to reset the neutral. Doesn't look for the big damage. He'll take whatever he can in bunches, and his objective is to frustrate you as an opponent into making mistakes yourself, which allows him to open you up for free, and that is the game plan.
And Foxy's is pretty much a veteran here in the fighting game community, in the scene. You know, 2 years ago, getting second at Evolution, losing to Sonic Fox in grand finals. But, you know, second place is a huge accomplishment, huge milestone that not too many people can say that they've done better than.
Okay, so I'm going to put on my TO cap right now.
All right, what's going on?
Can I DQ his opponent? Like right off the stage?
Maybe that wasn't his opponent.
I don't know, man. I feel like you either sit down and play or you pack it up. This is the part where, this is a little insider to folks at home who may not understand how pools work and some of the things that players do. A lot of the time, someone will come up to you and like, hey man, you know, can I have a smoke break right quick? No, I just need 2 hours of your time, the designated schedule that you had a week before the tournament, and you knew where you had to be. Now, people get nervous, I understand, and they want to break for back. Then they disappear.
Oh, yeah,
and you don't have to find them, but the minute you're holding up the bracket and I can no longer run another match, you knew the rules.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's tough, you know?
Wait a minute. Talking about tough. My man is representing the green, and Swamp Thing is on the screen.
Did he just jump to the top
all
of
of
your
his
tier list?
wooden glory?
Did this player...
The greatest crouch animation in the history of fighting games.
Did Dark Jack just jump to the top of your tier list because of one character that he picked?
I will not DQ him. I will find him. I will allow his smoke break twice and personally retrieve him from outside of the venue to let him know it's time for his match. If he can deliver the goods with Swamp Thing. Now, Foxy hasn't been you know, one to avoid the early round upset as we saw him take a first round L to VTech at CEO. Now, this isn't quite Swamp Thing, so I'm removing one of his smoke breaks now.
Okay, just one.
And I'm not going to find him. I'll send someone else to find him.
I mean, at least he didn't switch to Aquaman.
That's okay. Green arrow, it's pretty hype itself. And the low shot, the low arrow will go under the quick shot from Deadshot. A lot of shots in there. And also in Foxy's game plan. But let's just take it one step at a time. No theory crafted. We'll see what he does. Defensive. Now the spacing is there. Loads up the ice arrow. Any trade would be in his favor. He'd be allowed to get in and work his offense for Foxy with that meter burn low rifle, keeping him out the second he gets in.
Yeah, any trade would get something as long as that ice arrow is out. However, green arrow has to go through a full animation just to load up any of his 3 arrows. And, you know, that's kind of tough. You can go for the trade, and if it doesn't work out there, you really got to wait. No punish by Foxy Grandpa, but, you know, he's in complete control right now. He doesn't need to risk anything. He was anticipating the meter burn follow-up after that.
Yes. And again, we talk about his patience. He just didn't even want to risk taking a punish. He can lead that damage on the board with such a huge life lead. He's in full control now, just taking his time. And look at the patience right here. A lot of respect. No rush. There's no sense of urgency. You just take it one shot at a time. Bang, 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 bang. Get out of my face, good sir.
All right, trying to get something going. It's not really happening.
Bang, bang, bang.
He's getting way too impatient. He's not reacting to Foxy going to full screen, to using one of his full screen options. He's just, Foxy's waiting for him to meter burn roll, and he is all over it. Nothing he could have done there.
Just like that, such poise from a Foxy Grandpa. If you looked closely, he actually waited and reacted to the meter burn roll from Dark Jack and punished with that back one low shot on the recovery. And at least he didn't pick Aquaman, Miguel. Yeah, okay.
No more smoke breaks. No smoke breaks for you.
Not in the slightest.
Aquaman. Now, how does Aquaman do against Deadshot? I feel like, I feel like in this matchup, like most matchups against Deadshot, you really need to get in on him. You can't give him those options.
Gonna play a more patient game, and the punish right there on the tentacle strike from a Foxy Grandpa.
And
walking,
I just see him like way more comfortable here. Even in the neutral game, even just by walking, he seems way more comfortable than he did with Green Arrow.
Yeah, there's a push block from a Foxy Grandpa staying at right inside of the mid-screen range. Full screen doesn't help Deadshot with positioning, as he won't be able to get the quick shot off in time to punish the tentacle strike from full screen. So he's staying just outside of mid-range, right where he wants Dark Jack. Meter burn trying to rush such amazing chip damage there for a bar of your time.
Foxy completing the string. Now, how is Dark Jack going to adapt? Is he going to anticipate it, or is Foxy going to cut it short or cancel into something else?
Oh, and a little too early on the button press, misplacing that jump in his Dark Jack. Crucial mistake there. Now back into the range from mid-screen. The punish, and Foxy is going to gain a lot of mileage out of this life bar. He should be on his second one, but mistakes were definitely made. And Dark Jack, playing infinitely more patient, looks way better with Aquaman here in this matchup.
Could possibly be an Aquaman Manny. There he is again. Foxy Grandpa baiting it out, waiting for it.
All right, that time whiff on the overhead. The back two, a little outside of range is Dark Jack. And the patience right here, not forcing shots, no pattern. Meter burn rolls out and using his meter for screen positioning and not much more.
Yeah, Foxy just okay with this. The very, very lame stuff. No reason to go in, no reason to take a risk.
Super smart. Going into those poison bullets is Foxy Grandpa with that trait, draining Dark Jack's meter, trying to keep him off of resources to disallow any attempts at meter burn trident rushes. And he finally gets the first life bar, which should have been going 30 seconds ago. And now he's going to pay for it with his life. Meter burn low rifle. Deadshot has a lot of bullets, and he does not miss completely anyway. And Foxy is now up 2-0.
And I feel like he doesn't really need to jump to a third character. I thought he was doing all right with Aquaman. He had that first bar if he just jumped in with a different button in that situation. I'm glad he's sticking with Aquaman. Maybe change up the stage. Maybe just kind of get a breather. But, you know, and he's got to time his meter burn rolls differently. Don't do them in such obvious spots, and don't do it when your opponent's waiting there for you to do it. Foxy just getting shot after shot, goes for the interactable. That interactable does come back multiple times throughout this game, so you will see it.
Yeah, it is unblockable as well. Power characters slam it right in the radius, right in front of them. Gadget characters throw it across the screen. something that Foxy wants to camp, keep it in this area here while maintaining this just outside of mid-range space against Aquaman. Smart stuff.
Trying to get that into that back two range to really oppress him, really keep him down.
Yeah, as a viewer, this is beautiful for me. So much control of space. And you'll see Foxy walk forward in this situation just to close the gap. Oh, he lets Dark Jack close it himself, anticipating the meter burn roll. Full combo, 280 damage, a bit high on the mid-screen side for Dead Shot. So I got Dark Jack in my head.
Dark Shot, Dead Shot, same thing.
It's all the same difference.
So Foxy uses meter burn roll because he's got all the meter in the world. When he's in full control, he can just keep building it over and over again.
Yeah, this is such an uphill battle, nearly impossible at this point. Only the realest of real masters could make this comeback. One shot at a time, Foxy on point, and now the barrage of quick shots. Baits the jump out, gets the full combo, back to full screen, meter burn rifle, and now just a flurry. Great punish. Watching for it, patience. Dead Shot, a character who has gone from day one, please ban his character, he's the worst thing ever since video games were created, to rarely talked about.
Oh, yeah.
And flying a bit under the radar, if you will. And
you still think so?
Next, we have a treat for you. SoCal Special is going to be Tyrant, probably bringing some Gorilla God gameplay, going up against Prodigy. But before that, let's take a look back at the massacre of Matsuda as Blind Ducky put the beat down on Square Enix CEO.
Yeah, look at this execution, the complete corner control, nowhere for Catwoman to go. Even when she was waking up, he was just backing up, waiting for her to whiff buttons. And here's with the jump in, with the full conversion, very close to dropping the combo. And what's so interesting about this combo is it leaves you in a standing position, but like Katana Prime mentioned yesterday, it is just a neutral state. And, you know, you can challenge the situation. But when you do leave your opponent in a standing position at the end of a combo, they have no access to the invincibility frames on their wake-up attacks.
All right, and that is in fact not Tyrant, but still SoCal as Satsui, yes, Hado, shows up. And he wants to let you know about his B sprites. Peep the S-curl, the 8-bit S-curl coming in from the good old SoCal L here, Clark Kent boys all day. And this man gave a hair flip and the cat ears, the slide. Oh, two hair flips. Wait a minute now. Is he going to power up and spin that third bar on the real life EX hair flip?
I don't think so. I think he's
I'm waiting in anticipation.
He's saving it for the pop-off.
There it is.
Oh, no.
3 fingers went through it. That man is powered up. The earbuds are on fire, lighting up with the power of all the cats everywhere. And he looks up, 4 hair flips. Okay, I've had enough.
You're done.
I don't think I can take another one.
It's over. Is he going to be playing Catwoman?
Does he have to?
I think he has to. I think you have to go up there and make sure he does.
I don't know, man. If he flips his hair again for the 5-time hair flip. Oh, and there it is, right on cue. I am so godlike.
Stop it, please.
I'm so godlike.
Superman.
That one doesn't count.
Flipper. Can we just call him the 5-time hair flipper for
That's
the rest
fine.
of
Absolutely. Let's change his name.
All right.
We actually don't know his name. So if his name is like hair flip, I say we advance him straight to winners top 32 right now. He's going to be playing Harley Quinn. Has his music ready to go. Satsui, tried and true Superman player back from the Injustice 1 days. The royal purple right now, but the gold trim. Superman looking mighty regal out here in the streets of Gotham.
This is a button check, guys. Don't get too excited. These guys are making sure everything's mapped right. Meter burn's mapped right. Interactable button is mapped right.
All right, so it's clearly Superman is dressed for the occasion. Which movie did you think he'd come to see? Did he come to see Final Wish 2, or did he come to see Hidden Crimes?
He's more of a hidden crimes kind of guy.
Or is he like a bouncer, like he watches one movie then just goes to the next one?
Movie hopping.
I don't know. We'll find out about Superman's personality in his leisure time when he's not, you know, running the entire planet. As Satsui, Tyrant, is taking it to the corner. Breath, bang, bang, bang.
And there's the scoop
and
to
the
cancel.
scoop.
That string is usually followed by an overhead, but instead decided to cancel into the very unsafe low option of Superman's scoop. And he closes out the first life bar. not really sweating, didn't get anything, not a scratch on him so far, working on a perfect until that very moment.
Okay, so I have to apologize. Satsui is going by Tyrant here. I haven't adapted. I'm just calling him by the old name. You know, once you have a tag with somebody, it's kind of hard to like change it. Like you are this person forever.
Yeah, that's like your brother coming up to you and say, hey, that's not my name anymore.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
No big deal.
We'll refer to him as Tyrant from now on. But Gengar's Prodigy. So sick.
And he's getting flipped right now.
You're gonna play nice.
That's not what I had planned.
Yep. So I guess Katana Prime was right. That was the right name. We got a little mix up here in the production.
Listen,
booth.
man, my life is hard, all right? I'm
You're just,
scrambled
like,
brains right now.
around.
I got bodied by some Superman lasers, so... Oh, and the dive bomb. Taking it back in just as 1 days for sure. And since he started with the dive bomb, that is not a hardly scaled combo at all. And Satsui with the scoop. Traits up Superman punch. Back-to-back. Meter burns it for the W. In business, Harley drops to her knees and praises the leader of the regime, Superman. Face my power or face my wrath, one way or the other. Hyenas are not happy. As we go to game 2, back outside the theater.
Connects with the first hit with the jump in 2, but doesn't matter. Satsui's all over it. Trying to pick his battles. Trying to get Gengar's Prodigy to waste those hyenas. You can see the hyena meter at the bottom right of the screen. When it's loading up, hyenas cannot be summoned. And it looks like one hyena is ready to go.
But one thing Satsui is definitely is going to save the bar. Gets the jump attack into the dive bomb for the combo conversion. Easy finish there with the standing 3. That big, powerful jab punch from Superman. At least there's so much damage in the corner. And here we go, right on cue, into the EX freeze breath. Resets and the far dive bomb on the cross-up. I don't think Gengar's Prodigy knows what side to block it on. Such oppression, such domination here in this corner.
Satsui's doing a great job of whiff punishing those jump in 2s. But looks like Gengar's Prodigy is getting something going. Drops the combo mid-screen, goes to the meter burn back 3.
And no continuation, but instead goes for the dive bomb raw. Hits in front Satsui. Everyone has their game face on. They're so serious. Gengar's Prodigy throwing the thumbs up. It's okay, he says. It is okay.
That's fine. He's just going to flip his hair and keep going.
Couple back 2 to start things off. Meter burns it. Standing 3 into the Superman punch for the corner carry. Trying to get Harley back in the corner as he shows again with the rising grab to switch sides. Satsui more concerned with the spacing as we know Superman is a menace in the corner with a bar meter.
He's just a menace. The fact that that forward 2 can grab you and you can't back out of that range is so scary.
All right, and nice punish there on the tantrum stance cartwheel. Is Satsui won't have the meter to extend this combo, but it's okay. One hit away from depleting the first life bar, and the dive bomb is enough to get the job done.
Oh, tried to whip punish there, but was a little too overzealous and tried to go.
Oh, and a super combo. Wait a minute. Snack time, boys. My dogs are hungry. Taking a bite out of the S on the chest. Big back to the face. Gengar's Prodigy with the moral victory there, getting that super, depletes his entire gauge of super meter, but it's okay. Oh, and a nice bait. Satsui didn't believe, gets the jump attack, doesn't continue the combo with the strain. However, gets the throw, still enhanced damage as Superman's trait gives him a damage buff on everything and allows him to break all armor in the game.
Yeah, so when Superman is glowing red like that, meter burn back 3 is not an option for you.
Yeah, you are definitely in trouble. Any trait cancel. If you get opened up, watch your health bar deplete as fast as Superman can fly around the world. As Gengar's Prodigy is forced to use his flash now on his last legs. About 50% of his life bar intact. Eats a laser, a little less now. Dive punch, a bunch of errant hits, and this time a full combo. Will we see a super?
I think we're seeing a super right here.
Wake up super. Oh, and will is enough to punish the recovery? It is not.
The crowd doesn't get what they want. The people at home don't get what they want. Uh-oh, is Satsui going to be up against the ropes? Is he going to avoid? Is he going to regret playing with his food?
Oh, wait a minute, sir.
Another
Take
moral
the
victory.
L. I don't know what that was about, but you're going to go to losers. Satsui.
I think he was teabagging him.
He's not impressed.
He was teabagging him because he's like, haha, you didn't super me.
That last hair flip didn't have as much flamboyance as the first 18. But the 8-bit S-curl, as Satsui finally cracks a smile, and he wants us to see his beat sprite as well. Such a beautiful thing. players expressing themselves through the beat sprites. You know, that style is so popular amongst fighting game community across the genre of everything. You know, people walking around with their beats, representing themselves. As the crowd is starting to spill in, trying to catch a hit of these mainstream matches.
Look at this massive audience here and all these participants. I mean, you know, going back to getting out here, if you've never been to an offline event, you know, just think about playing the same game that you love with other people who love it.
Okay.
Lots of Injustice casuals, lots of Street Fighter 5 casuals, any kind of thing that you really want. You know, I feel like people think that their tournament experience is going to be limited to tournament matches, which is not the case at all for anything.
All right. Coming up next is...
we have El Culero. It's going to be going up against Infinity.
He's so modest. I respect it so much. He looked up at the big screen, realized he was on it. Then he made a slight eye contact with the camera and immediately looked away.
Wow, he did it play by play.
Oh, never mind. Now he's owning it. Look, 1 second. There we go. Next time it's going to be 2 seconds. And a bit camera shy is El Curero.
It's okay. He's just getting used to it. That's the advantage of coming to the stream setup.
Realizing he's on the grand stage at the World Championships at Evolution 2017. He wants to show off the T-shirt.
El Diablito.
And if I'm not mistaken, I just saw a Katsu walk behind him, which means, yes, that is Infinity. Catwoman player, Florida boys in the building.
Florida, you supposed to say Florida? Okay, Florida boys.
Yes, absolutely. Infinity, a member of the Gotham City Sirens group of women, spearheaded to lead the charge in the community. Breaking the stereotypes, letting people know it's okay. We're all equals. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what race, creed, or sex. Opening the doors. Women who may be afraid to go against the stigmas or what they feel is the climate of gaming. It's not that in the slightest in the NRS realm.
Oh, no, I definitely get behind
everyone
that.
should definitely feel the incentive to come. If you like the game and you support the game, these ladies are definitely out to let the women worldwide know that you can enjoy games and it's okay. It's that simple.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, you put in the time, you put in the love and the passion into gaming, and you can make something out of it.
The Joker.
Even if it's just an amazing weekend in Las Vegas, you know, you're still out here, still having fun.
All right, so someone finally wears costume or gear that represents the character they're playing. We're going to have Joker against Catwoman, the battle for Bruce Wayne's heart. I don't know how I feel about these knee pads on Joker, man. Can we talk about that?
I don't like those knee pads at all.
Can we talk about that? Why does the Joker need knee pads?
I mean, he's an active guy. He's an extreme guy, you know. He's really going out there.
All right, and there's the button check, the handshake, and good to go. Catwoman versus Joker as Selena swings in style. So elusive and so, you know, elegant in her movement. Joker just a menace with knives, a crowbar, and opens up with the back three. Catwoman in the building, full combo to the corner. The meaty whip trip into the overhead. Plus frames baits into the corner combo. Wait a minute. Max damage? Spins the trait, 460 damage, and Infinity is working. My man, the cash boner, in the corner.
Oh,
Baited, though. The wake-up parry enough. Didn't wait too long, but that my friend, was...
that was a mop-in right
there.
there.
It was kind of oos right now. And Catwoman putting in the work, spins the trait again. Another 440 damage now. Cancels into the cat's dance and the clash.
All right, Joker asking for Catwoman to really, really put on the hurt there. Uses 2 bars, gets 25% back. Almost baits out the back three, but unfortunately didn't connect it the right way. And Infinity in complete control. Joker with his back up against the corner. El Curler.
All right, pokes out and the down two to challenge it now. It's going to get the corner combo. Knows the wake up was coming, goes for the jump attack. This should be enough for the kill.
Oh, text the throw at the end.
He's still alive. Maybe he was sandbagging. He's doing it for dramatic effect. And no, the comeback will not even be a dream in this situation as Infinity goes up 1-0. Selena Kyle, putting in work here at EVO. Have you seen a Catwoman lose yet?
I haven't, no. Can we come to the conclusion that it's a very good character?
Well, Star Charger hasn't played yet, so we have to let the downplaying boss of all time get his word in.
Oh, the teeth connects, and it looks like El Culero is finally getting something going, connecting with the back three.
Absolutely. Fantastic whip punch. He's going to spin the bar and beat the brakes off this woman with that meter bird crowbar. Just going crazy. Now playing a zoning style, putting the teeth in front to protect her from the cat dash. Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful placement there. Just put the teeth out. Don't let her get started.
Good blocks now to the corner. Air-to-air crowbar attack. Great block. The meter burn back three to get through the pressure. Nice air trade now.
El Culero has no reason to really go in there, and he's doing a great job playing a zoning game more, throwing out the teeth, letting Catwoman hang herself by coming in. Even if she does block the teeth, Joker is so advantageous on block from it.
And the down one super does that combo. It does. And to the electric chair we go.
Here we go. Eat this crowbar. See what it tastes like.
It's so visceral. And just for, just in case that wasn't enough, he has dynamite under, and he doesn't get the combo continuation after, as Joker does have access to it, but an entirely different game, even though Infinity is fighting back. I feel El Culero is in control here, and he's figuring out the matchup. Piece by piece, different game plan, and gets the jump in, crowbar. Teeth to keep him safe in front, yes.
Keep throwing out those teeth, doesn't matter. Oh, looks for the back three. I wish he threw a meter burn on there. It would have connected.
Yeah, and that would be a next level mind game too. When you charge a back three or forward three, you can actually press meter burn in the process of said charge, gaining an additional hit of armor or adding a single hit of armor to it and getting an additional hit of damage if it hits uncontested.
Again, just keeping back, playing a very passive game, full screen zoning, throwing out the teeth and whiffing out the whip.
Now,
exactly what she's doing it.
Access to the clash. Will he allow a situation for a combo where she can clash? Other than that, to the corner. Oh, he goes for the parry, but she opens him up with the low. Could we see a setup for a super? The jump attack baits and pokes, push blocks to stay alive, and the air-to-air jump again, that crowbar. Excellent mileage, great air attacks at Joker's disposal, and ties it up. 1-2-1.
I want to say crowbar is one of the best jump-in threes in this game. Joker's jump-in three, the range on it, what he can get off of it, and how advantageous he is if he hits it nice and low on the ground.
Harley's abusive ex.
She gave as good as she got. Begin.
And Joker.
And Infinity has started with that back three now. I'd like to see my guy here. Maybe a dab, walk back a little bit. Look for the whiff punish, but it's okay. He's in control. He got the first bar meter. There's the jump in. Not watching her legs is Infinity, and a trade. The wake up cat dash, and wow. The jump back crowbar catching the tail end of that back three. Fantastic whiff punch.
That was a great recognition by Infinity there, seeing that the teeth were going to hit her, so she decided to just drop the combo and go for another jump in.
Right,
very smart stuff.
Great anti-air there. Catwoman's down 2, one of the best in the game. Fantastic hitbox, keeps her low, so she barely trades, and when you're on point, you can get a full combo from it any range. Someone saved the video clip. I don't know how that works, but we're getting a little saucy here. Someone wants to remember their EVO experience a little too personally, but I'm sad to let them know they will not be taking home this PS4 with them. That belongs to the great staff at Gaming Generations.
Infinity connecting with the down 2. This is such a close match right there. She gets the whip right before the teeth become active and hit her.
And that's such a great spacing tool. The teeth are in front. The canister's going over her head, and she's just going to slyly go under it. Again, talking about the agility and the movement that Catwoman possesses. Her normals taking her all over the screen and putting her in advantageous positions time and time again.
Oh, the super out of nowhere. No way Infinity's fighting on that one.
Yeah, not falling forward twice. The down 1 into the down 1 super is the special, but a simple block, and now he has no meter. Clash will do him no good. Has no resources for EX moves or push blocks.
The teeth connect, but Infinity's okay with that trade. Does the hard whip for the hard knockdown.
Yes. And the wake up cat dash. Again, the clash is coming out now. He'll have enough to get 15% back should he choose to expend his only bar of meter. Big time decision coming in. He goes for it. And the massive crowbar to the head. The clash win animations are so sick. And Joker's so visceral, so brutal with his attacks. It's just sickening, gut-wrenching, as the Joker is. Fantastic design from the team at NRS. As Infinity is working on closing out this second game. Meter burn back three is going to low profile there. Stay a bit low. Still not over, but this time preemptive with the air-to-air jump attack as Elur, yes, has been the victor 9 times out of 10. Infinity with the adaptation now up 2-1. Smile on her face. She can feel the pressure and the tension in the room as she tries to close it out here in a game 4.
It comes on. Begin.
All right, she's trying to get something going with the whip, and the crowbar connects again. Jump in 3. So good by Joker. And a little too early on the crowbar, or Catwoman did decide to delay wake up there. All right, and the meter burn cat dash has him in the corner. This is usually where El Culero decides to go with a lot of parries there. And there it is again, just as I called it out. So Infinity's all over it, starting with the low strings because Joker's parry cannot parry low starter stuff. It only parry only parry mids, highs, and overheads.
And also starting the combos with the jump attacks, you know, going through the full extended damage. And right there, walking back a little too much, stops for a millisecond and gets eaten alive by that meter burn cat dash. As Infinity is now 1 health bar away. Great denial on that Maniac overhead crowbar run, which once the Joker has it over his head and he's in full Maniac running mode, it becomes unblockable as a second trip to the darkness is in order. A double crowbar, a little shock therapy for Selena Kyle as the Joker tries to burn the image of Batman out of her head. And the double down two, that was a bit swaggy there.
Okay. Never seen that variation. Most players do go with a back 3, but to each his own. Goes for the transition.
Transition, a little shock therapy of Catwoman's own, sending it right back to Joker, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Not watching his feet, full combo, bounce cancel.
Very interesting stuff. Very
And the
flashy.
raw trait, is it enough to kill? 1 hit will do it, and Infinity with the victory, 3-1. Handshake and a smile, and she's going to advance.
Yeah, she's going to be advancing over El Culero. And hopefully this won't be the end we're going to see of her on stream.
Ooh, pulls a kiss to the crowd. A little too Selena right now. She doesn't realize that she has thousands at home watching, and they would gladly take those kisses in those directions. As coming up next, we have KDZ.
KDZ.
Former Injustice 1 EVO champion.
Yes.
Current IPS finalist. Top 8 at Combo Breaker.
Oh, but check out this replay here. This is when Superman's just putting a full clinic. Has Harley up against the ropes in the corner, and look at this damage. The forward 2 connecting before Harley stand 1 can be active. Going into meter burn breath to extend the combo. Neutral jump, and then neutral jump again into a dive bomb.
Just the big subs. Gengar's Prodigy trying to find a way after the restand from the plus frames while he was staggering back. Time it took to flip his hair again. Satsui had already reset him into another combo, but to return to our match, that is KDZ on the right, this time wearing the Superman hat. That's been KDZ's gimmick. He brings multiple hats to the stage, and depending on the feel, he puts on the hat of the character he's going to play. Now, he has an Aquaman hat. I don't know if it's on deck. He has the Black Adam in the back pocket, but his opponent is Relentless, making his way from Arizona, just coming upstairs, playing Aquaman. He was known for his Shaolin Kung Jin play back in the MKX days. Had a quick stunt, a little shine during ESL Season 3 or 2, I forget. There was so much MKX to digest. My mind is all over the place as we spiral everything into Injustice. And here he is at his first major performance since the Injustice Pro Series has started, trying to throw a wrench in the fantasy brackets and escape this pool and winners. This is, in fact, the winners finals of said pool.
I'm not surprised that these 2 players did meet at the end of this pool. You know,
not at all.
Anyone looking at it, looking at the rest of the names, would pick KDZ in here. And, you know, can he do it? Can he repeat it from 4 years ago?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. He does have Superman again this time. And I really hate when KDZ varies away from Superman. I feel like he loves the character because he really does. He genuinely does. I've been friends with KDZ for almost 10 years now. And even before any of this Injustice talk, we always argued about Superman being a lame superhero or not. And he loves him. He loves the inner struggles that Superman has. how Superman needs to learn how to become a human, how he needs to learn about, you know, empathy and not just saving the world when he's there. Just
That's
kind of,
cute.
yeah, no, he loves him. He loves him.
Well, Relentless, not going Aquaman, going Red Hood, and some of the slickest gear I've seen so far. My man, can we get like an EVO special multiverse going right now? Just unlock some exclusive gear that you've seen on stream NRS just directly supported.
Oh, yeah, that would
One
be
epic gear piece for all the characters in the cast, making like a 50-match multiverse gauntlet right after top 8 would be godlike.
Amazing.
Don't listen to me. As we get into this highly intense button check, Relentless making sure his down one works. That 6-frame button from Red Hood.
That's going to be very interesting. Now, you know, the main thing that happens when you are using Superman is the forward 2-3 breath game. You know, after breath, you're usually still in forward 2 range, but forward 2 isn't the fastest normal in the game. Most characters do have a button that will stuff it. Like Black Adam's down 1, so it looks like Relentless is going with Black Adam instead of Red Hood. So the game here is, do I continue my pressure, or do I wait for you to whiff a button and punish that? Now pay close attention to every forward 2 that Superman throws out.
Yeah, and not even going to use Red Hood. Goes directly to Black Adam as Relentless. The mind games are real at the character select screen. KDZ not faltering, however, and not shaken in the slightest. Back-to-back throws. Yeah, and he's going to use that for a shimmy opportunity really soon. Plus frames on the back 3, and Relentless playing the respect game already, simply watching his health bar go to pieces as KDZ opens him up. Meaty forward 2. Black Adam, not known for having great wake-ups. And he gets perfected in that first round, but right back at it. Black Adam damaging like none other. There's a quick 374 damage of the leaderless type.
Relentless finally finding his footing here, trying to get something going, and KDZ putting a stop to it with a down 1 and an overhead. KDZ caught blocking low. Looks like he's looking for that high starting string from Black Adam that Black Adam players love to just throw out.
Right, excellent air tech from KDZ. That could have been close to 600, 550 damage. He's going to expend the 2 bars to stay alive on his first gauge to try to gain some mileage and, chip away Relentless as much as humanly possible. But the trait from Black Adam, those orbs, man. Free chip damage, ultimate space control, a lot of plus frames if you cancel it from strings. And great challenge from Relentless, and he does not watch Superman's trait cancels. And now we're playing raunchy, boys. Wake-ups back-to-back, a couple of shimmies, and KDZ getting oppressive, and Relentless fighting right back, double armor. These guys are having a slugfest, swinging, and KDZ's the first to back off as he activates the Clash.
Activates the Clash, has the option, uses his 2 bars to get 25% back. And KDZ, look for something. One kind of breath would do it here. Back 3,
that was ridiculous. That was a punish on the dash. Great reaction from KDZ. Relentless, a little too frantic and too impatient, trying to rush his way in. Forward dash is having the extra recovery in this game, and KDZ able to react with that 8-frame mid cross swipe right to the face of Black Adam, planting him right in the lightning bolt on his chest. And it was so fast that Relentless wasn't able to react in time to clash the second hit of the string. Picked up by the EX Ice Breath, and the back 3 is a walk in the park. Day 1 Superman stuff. KDZ closing out game 1.
Here we go. Relentless getting something going. Goes for a full combo in Black Magic, and he does have that extra bar awarded to him for getting the first hit. He's still holding on to it. Trade is still active. Can he cancel into it and take advantage of the plus frames? But KDZ slugging it out, putting hands all over him and getting destroyed here in the neutral situation. KDZ with his back up against the corner, but he dashes out of there. Puts Black Adam in the corner. This is a very, very dangerous spot for him. This comeback could happen. This comeback could be real. Relentless respecting the plus frames on that forward 3 and getting tossed.
All right, the push block is had enough. Using the mechanic exactly what it's for, but gets opened up by a straight normal jump punch. Oh, that was the sickness. That was a reset. That cross-up right there, I didn't even catch it. I only saw it because KDZ dropped the combo and the extra damage from the jump 3. Slick stuff.
That was a very, very sick reset right there, but Relentless tying it all up right here. even has a bigger meter lead right here. KDZ with a beautiful meter from back three, reacting to the EX dive kick. If you're ever sick of Black Adam doing it, just wait for him to do it and blow him up for it.
Trait cancels now. Is going to get the enhanced damage on that throw into the corner. Escapes now. Hit advantage from the trait cancel. Relentless throwing KDZ back into the corner. Black Adam still in control here. Oh, and a punish. Down one. Black Magic doesn't connect. Goes to react to tech the throw, but instead gets it. KDZ sitting on a super. Any quick movement from Relentless could result in his death, but instead goes for the throw. Will KDZ wake up? He does. And the clash at the very last second. Will Relentless spin his meter to minimize the health regain? Yes, he does.
He does. A very smart move by KDZ to spend all his bar. Kind of knew that Relentless was going to do it. Relentless was just trying to hold on to the win. Doesn't want to let this go.
This is 1-3 territory right now for both men, going down to the wire. Interrupts the down one into the breath is Relentless and right on point. No gimmicks allowed here, good sir. Ties it up at 1 game apiece. Great clutch performance there from Relentless. Smart decision making, a bit more patience, and a great interruption on the recognition from the down one as he secures game 2. Ties it up at a single game apiece.
All right, who's going to be getting your first hit? And that first hit's going to KDZ with that beautiful connection on the forward 2. Full combo into this full corner carry. Relentless is back up against the wall, decides to fight his way out, connects it with this beautifully executed combo.
Yeah, that's some healthy meterless damage there. 307 could expend the bar to go upwards of 500 with that meter burn lightning cage, but keeping his resources steady. You know, Relentless is fine with the damage that he's compiling up piece by piece. And when he needs to clash, he always has a meter lead, or if he needs to push block, whatever have you. More of a defensive mindset with this Black Adam. I like it.
All right, KDZ slowly working his way to the other side of the screen. Superman's always got you in the corner. The corner carry potential of all his combos is ridiculous. And here it is, a Palpatine putting Superman in the corner.
Yeah, the interactive was back-to-back. I don't know how Aquaman feels about the redecoration of his interior in the throne room here, but these two gods, not afraid of it all. Whatever it takes to destroy one another as Black Adam tosses Superman back into the corner, whips the dive kick. And oh man, the magic pixel, all right, Relentless does not falter. Challenges the trait cancel with that 6-frame down one, and the right decision making in what situations is Relentless, man. I really like this kid's poise.
KDZ going with the nice, safer option of doing the down one in that situation. Trying to just kind of put the brakes on Relentless's momentum. KDZ's holding on to a lot of meter here. Rising grab right there, Relentless. Trying to do anything on his wake up.
He could be in huge trouble here. He's back to the wall, tries to dash in. Yeah, and an instant clash. That was going to be big time trouble for Relentless. This time, however, at a meter disadvantage. Will KDZ take his health?
No, he decides to hold on to it.
The ultimate call out. Relentless expecting KDZ to not spin a bar and is able to escape now. Super territory. Will we see Black Adam get taken from the depths of Atlantis to the skies? And the Super wake up. Great reaction. Right on cue. Here we go. Man, the sun's beautiful up here, isn't it?
It is. Look at that beautiful sun in the background, the clouds.
Is it enough to kill the choke slam from 20,000 feet in the sky? And Relentless is going to survive. Will we see a super of his own? We will not. Did not have his trait active. He was looking for the cancel there. And KDZ with the recognition, knowing that it was his turn. -5 after that forward 1-2 string. And the 6-frame down one, not giving Relentless the chance to escape. Trading games as these two juggernauts of men fight back-to-back here in winners finals of this pool.
We talk about how dangerous that Superman punch was after the super. That was insane. I thought it was going to be all over from that. I thought I was going to see a back-to super anything. It's a little scary, but I feel like he had a good read on Relentless.
Sure.
Relentless was just kind of like shooken, and after he blocked it, he didn't even advance. He didn't really do much there. There we go, connecting with the down one and then the back two.
All right, different combo this time. Keeps him right in range for the interactable, great spacing, but that wake-up dash punch is going to get him right under the arc of the glass. The construction here in Metropolis. I don't know how Superman feels about the demolition of the city.
Right, connects and decides to throw him on the other side of the screen.
Oh, that was sick.
Goes for the transition. We're riding the monorail. We're going into the bar where we're going to hang out with our friend,
Steve.
Steve, our
Absolutely.
friend Steve.
Steve having a drink as he goes to his day job, which is getting tossed by power characters to his death. However, the ragdoll physics and the 2,000 defensive stat allows Steve to survive it all. He could probably take every super in the game and come back for a drink in the next round. We should all aspire to be like him. As the reset on the air escape works in Relentless's favor, KDZ 2 bars shorter and still dying, not working in his favor. I understand the decision, but you have to choose between the backwards air escape and the upwards. And I think the upwards would work, as Black Adam's dive kick will go right under you instead of chasing you with that backwards animation.
That's very good input by KP. Definitely something to consider, and definitely something to lab it out for those of you at home.
It just brings an extra level of mind games to Injustice, a game that's so meter hungry. You know, you have 4 bars of meter as Relentless goes for the great read, spinning 2 on a bounce cancel. Just one of about 10 ways you can spin meter in this game. And back to back, we are going to game 5 as another trophy has been unlocked. It is electric. Beautiful wind pose. And ties it up. What is KDZ thinking about? Is he contemplating a switch?
Is he going to switch to Aquaman? I feel like he was okay with Superman, maybe waking up a little too much. And Relentless had a great read on it. I think KDZ's just trying to take a breather. He's sticking with Superman, and I don't want to see him veer off from that character. Black Adam hurts like a truck.
Yes.
Gets the first hit with that throw. It's just so dangerous to try to squirm when you're being oppressed by Black Adam's plus frames from those trait cancels.
Again, Relentless still on top of interrupting those down ones from KDZ.
Here we go, KDZ with the forward 2 with punish on Black Adam's back 2. Ends the combo with a dive bomb.
Yeah, full B&B there, getting the max damage in any situation that he can. All right, goes for the entirety of the string this time is Relentless. We haven't seen much of that. He's been cutting it short with the trait cancels, but with the trait already out, why not? It's safe, 3 hits. And back to back, now it's adding up. Tack on the EX Lightning after, and that wake up rising grab, avoiding the Palpatine hands. Dive bomb on the backside, and here we go. Back to back, corner problems. Game 5, who is going to survive? Relentless traits up, using that win button to try to get the last bit of health and simply dashes forward. You cannot avoid those orbs unless you can somehow hit Black Adam before he gets to you.
It's a good effort by KDZ, trying to catch Relentless not blocking high from the meter burn of the sweeping laser. And a great tech there by KDZ.
Oh, and again, the meter burn bounce cancel, spinning 2 bars is Relentless. KDZ's going to come off this clash. This is a huge problem. Any Black Adam touchdown can lead to 500 damage, as Relentless is shown now in this final sequence as he's ready to spin the bar. No hit confirmed there, waiting for the trait to come back. Overhead check, and the forward 2 is going to go through the grab. Will he expend the bar? He does. Gets the bounce cancel, and this hurts. 446 with that trait active. And here we go, the big damage. He saved his meter forward, but KDZ with the bounce, the air escape.
And now Black Adam does still have 1 more bar, so that it will be a touch of death if he gets his trait out. And his trait is active and ready to be canceled into.
Look at the level of respect right now. The trait cancel into the throw. Relentless working on it. Keeps him in the corner. Jump back, interactable KDZ going down the cross-up jump 3. What's it going to be? Trying to bait a wake-up and great whiff punished by Relentless. Immediately going into the lightning hands and the upset. The young kid from Arizona is going to stay in winners. KDZ advancing into the loser side. We will see both of these men back at 2 p.m. And the clutch, spacing, meter management, and overall smart play, a more defensive Black Adam, which we haven't seen much. They've all been go, 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 go. And Relentless, the smart stuff, basic fundamentals, and a fantastic whip punish to cap off that amazing set. 3-2.
Oh, yeah. No, I think Relentless was doing a great job there of mixing up. In those first few matches, he was going with back 2-3 all the time. And KDZ was looking for the advancing forward 1, and he was punishing him for doing that. And then if you look at those last 2 matches, he never did back 2-3.
Yeah, and I love that Relentless steadily challenged all the down 1 pokes. Those cancels are not real, as the people like to say at home. And he's just on top of it. Had excellent matchup knowledge, took his time. And when it was right, spin the meter on the big boy combo, spin it on the push block, spin it on the read. Those meter burn bounce cancels, so clutch. Able to get KDZ off his clash early, and I told the tale for the rest of the set. He only needs 2 or 3 hits, and if not, all the chip he's building plus the trait damage, it's just a culmination and a game plan that looked like Relentless. He laid it out. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he executed it. Like, This is sports level management.
You got to analyze it and see everything
Absolutely.
piece by piece. But guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to a quick break. Thank you so much for watching the Injustice Pro Series, brought to you by PlayStation 4. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, class. We'll be picking up where...
Get ready for a more vivid window into your games with a stunning 4K display and graphics that bring all the action to life.
Peter, are you still with us?
The Dell Inspiron 157,000 Gaming with a 7th Gen Intel Core i7 processor. Your screen, super powered. See it in Spider-Man Homecoming. Dell, as real as it gets.
All right, Buff, time for me to have a brush, and time for you to have a chew. Brushing my teeth with Buff. Brushing my teeth every day. Brushing my teeth to stop decay. Brush them on the left, brush them on the right. Keeping them clean, keeping them white. I give a dentistics to my best friend Buff. They keep his teeth healthy, strong and tough. Good boy, Buff. Come on, you brush, they chomp. Pedigree Dentistics, daily oral care for dogs.
And welcome back as we get through the rest of the final pool section before we head into the gauntlet where everyone fights down to the top 8. It is coming up next, Too Easy. Florida native who recently moved to Chicago, so he's back and forth between the Midwest and the South, going up against not Coffee, but Toffee Mug, representing California. This is good to go. Ready, Robin against Atrocitus in the down 1-2 right now, whiffing the entire, punch walk. No punish. He lets it play out. A bit late on the reaction from Toffee Mug. Maybe just simply intimidated Robin with some of the most ranged normals in the game. But Too Easy is going to get the thing going. Down 1 into the Dexstar summon, and now it's party time, baby.
Yeah, Dexstar giving him the assist, taking those shots out. Those shots don't lead into a full combo unless your opponent's in the air when they get hit, but it's still a great asset to Atrocitus' hellish.
And a no mix-up there in the corner. The forward 2 into the Blood NATO. When both hits are mid, you should always be blocking low for the first 2 as the blood drain. That damage over time, depleting the life bar of Robin. And again, back-to-back, the no mix-up. Toffee Mug not watching his legs. But wake up with the DP, and here's the transition as we go back to the top of Metropolis.
All right, that van was bigger than Atrocitus, and it sent him flying across to the other stage, and here we are. Interactable is in play, but it looks like Toffee Mug is waiting for Atrocitus to get a little bit closer in order to put a bomb on there. Challenges with the down 2, and Dexstar with the assist.
I'd personally like to know who's driving that van. There may be some secret lore in there, where maybe a watchtower or something that the Greek gods at NRS, the story mode guys, let us know who's the secret driver. And a great whiff punch right there. Mega startup on that birder range from Robin. Easy, confirmed there from Too Easy, the Blood NATO, that tracking low puddle that launches. Such an amazing tool in Atrocitus moveset.
Now you see Robin there, full screen, throwing the birderang down on the ground. He can decide to activate those birderangs for projectiles, but it all depends on where he places them. He also has a birderang that he can teleport to.
Oh, one drops the combo there. Very unfortunate. Gets the birderang to connect, though, and so much hit stun. He's able to get a full jump in, but still drops the combo. This should be death. 4-3, down 2, into the plasma spit. And punch walk, blood drain, and a dream as Too Easy floats his way to victory right there. All of the rage expended, and Atrocitus screaming out game 1. Back to the bar we go.
And a beautiful whiff punish there. Perfectly timed. Now, it doesn't look like it, but that move is a little hard to punish. Atrocitus does recover as soon as he puts a little bit after he puts his feet on the ground.
All right, Meter burns the DP. Challenges immediately with that down 1-2. That DP being -3 on block after Meter burn. Robin with a 6-frame down 1. You better be on point or these players will challenge your timing. Trying to poke his way through the shield is Toffee Mug. He's going to fail that, unfortunately. But the wake up puts him right back in control.
Goes in with a jumping 2 attack instead of a jumping 3. I really don't like that. And Too Easy in control, connecting the overhead.
It definitely wanted to get the job done there. Spinning 2 meters for that overhead bounce cancel. And again, oh my God, hurting so much. The rage. This Dexstar, unsafe trait summon, but it's okay. But you're in such control, you can kind of get away with things. But Toffee Mug able to fight back, make it a challenge as both guys head to the final life bar. That Dexstar meter draining in that mid-round animation. Beautiful sequence for Toffee Mug.
Oh, barely misses with that jump-in attack.
Doesn't miss with that overhead bounce cancel. And now successful 3 for 3 is Too Easy. And looking for the unclashable damage.
No, he gave him an opportunity to clash, but now he's going for it. Now there's no opportunity to clash here. He can't take a single hit here. And Toffee Mug needs to get something going, and Too Easy being very respectful, very patient, and just waits for Dexstar.
Now, the blood drain, all he needs to do is get close to this situation. Yeah, but Dexstar shield, the ultimate insurance as he runs in, and Robin, big time trouble. Doesn't really have an answer at this point. Is Toffee Mug. And we're going to take it back to the character select screen. Maybe he has another character up his sleeve in his roster, or maybe he simply needs time to refresh, calm down, slow all the momentum, take a breather. It helps.
Robin, fighter
fighters approaching Metropolis.
Meanwhile, Too Easy looking like the angriest man in Chicago right now. Just
hey man, he's on a mission.
Eyebrows
here.
just kind of up, coming throughout the shades, trying to murder his opponent psychologically and in the game. But this time, Toffee Mug gets the good start. Nice anti-air, great stuff.
Beautiful anti-air. Saw the jump in from Robin coming a mile away. And Toffee Mug getting it going with the Birdarang, connecting with the down two, but drops a combo. Too Easy, ready to strike back.
And once again, that forward two mid-club attack into the low puddle. Toffee simply not ready. Adding an extra layer to a mix-up that's not there in the first place, kind of psyching himself out. Now simply dealing with the pressure. It was not your turn. Dexstar with the excellent coverage, allowing Atrocitus to continue his pressure. And the wake up here, will he get the full combo conversion? He does not. However, he gets Too Easy to spin 2 bars, which is a victory in any book. And another drop.
Doesn't connect after the meter burn wake up attack.
Okay, and Toffee Mug, enough. So much whiff recovery that he has enough time to jump over, stare at him, dash forward, and then throw a normal out.
All right, so Too Easy tying it up, taking out Toffee Mug's first bar. Dexstar is out, but Birdarang is there, and he was ready to detonate it from full screen. Dexstar catching him out of the air. You really can't jump in on Atrocitus when Dexstar is out there, because not only will you get hit out, but you're going to be thrown into a puddle and hit with big damage, but Toffee throws caution to the wind and decides to just keep going in, connects with everything, back 3 after the background bounce.
Into the restand with the Assassin Strike, spins the bar for more damage. Now in control is Toffee Mug. All he has to do is play the patient game now. He is in control.
Spends the Birdarang, and now here's Too Easy's chance. The opening he was looking for, the down 2 into the spit, and Dexstar continuing with the assist.
And the wake up, back 3, back 3. Oh, he drops it. No, gives Too Easy a second chance at life now with the EX. Damage over time coming in from this meter burn, and the cancel into the bounce. Too Easy, robbing Toffee Mug of that game. And at the end of the day, he didn't get the job done. Unfortunate drop on the back 3, forward 3 from Toffee Mug. And it's just going to wrap up his hitbox and try his luck in losers.
That was
as Too Easy gets the job done there with a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, that was a huge, huge missed opportunity there by him. But guys, join the fight from home. Play Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournaments. Register today by going to smash.gg/IJ2 online 2017, as you guys can see on the screen. Check out the dates. Make sure you're available and participate in something as vast and grand as the Injustice Pro Series.
Absolutely. The points earned are at the same value of a ranking event. So you take this tournament very seriously. We talked about it yesterday with Rewind and Revolver, who guys are currently finalists because of their performance in the NA Online West Series. Now, the East one's coming up shortly after EVO. And if you are on the East Coast of North America, make sure you take the time out and play it. Earn those points from home, and it's a beautiful opportunity. And who knows, it may make all the difference for those last slots in the finals.
Yeah, no, everybody's going to be scrambling for those points. Everyone wants those tiebreaker opportunities. And, you know, you really can't sleep on any event. If going to an event is a possibility for you, you can't skip out on it. You got to make out the efforts if you're trying to get into the finals.
All right, this is now winners finals of this pool. We saw Foxy Grandpa earlier shoot up the stream. Here he is back trying to get the job done for the last time in pool play, going up against Hara Gaming's Carlos Oceano, representing California. You know, one slight little trek over, just drive through and come to the World Championships, and hey, now you're on the world stage against one of Europe's finest.
Foxy's definitely a global presence at this point. He did claim to have the best Wonder Woman back in Injustice 1. You just don't know about my whoa-whoa, as he used to say.
With that smooth British accent. All right, desync at the controllers. Bonus points to Foxy and Carlos. Staying on top of things, keeping the tournament organization from the player perspective on point. I respect it so much.
I mean, these guys made it all the way to winners finals. They're here to play. They're not here to chit-chat. They're not here to complain about anything on the stage or on the setup. Shaking hands, good sportsmanship.
That looked like a no-button check handshake.
Yeah, I think so. Usually
we're going to get straight into it.
Let's go into it. Hey, you can check your buttons as you map them in the title, in the character select screen. So I'm for one that does not go for button checks. And Foxy Grandpa going with Deadshot here. You're going to be seeing a lot of shots, a lot of full screen game. And Superman's just got to wait and figure out how to get in. He does have the option with meter burn dash punches, dive bombs, air dashes. So Carlos Oceana needs to kind of pick his battles. Beautiful sweeping laser there, perfectly timed, hitting Foxy Grandpa closer and closer to that corner, where Superman can finally put his hands on him and oppress him with that forward 2 range.
As soon as he gets in, challenged immediately, not watching his legs. So demoralizing as you advance piece by piece, only to get pushed out immediately. But Carlos knows that Superman only needs that one hit to get things going. He's in right now, and again, push block from Foxy. Wants nothing to do with trait cancels or any potential mix-ups you have. Wants to reset the neutral. And let's trade projectiles. What's up? Low into the overhead. Shot. Bang, bang. Foxy, no chinks in the armor right there. Deadshot, a very successful contract killing so far. Job's not quite done just yet, but again, another push block as he's building so much meter from full screen, firing away.
Yeah, Foxy using every opportunity he can to push block. He's totally okay. He's not even spending the meter for extending his combos. He's just, you know what, I'm going to play it safe here, and I'm just going to push him back every chance I get.
And if you look at that clash, Foxy expended all of his meter instantly. He had no problems letting it all go with such a massive life lead. Back to the wall with an unblockable interactor floating above him. And Deadshot wins, making it look easy as a Foxy Grandpa.
All right, and we're going for a rematch, going straight into it again. Wants to keep the stage, which I guess is a good choice. You know, there are worse stages in this, you know, corners that aren't really corners because gadget characters have access to great mobility with a few interactables. So he's just got to find a way in. Find his way in through this obstacle, this hell of bullets that Foxy Grandpa is just putting on for him.
Meter burns the interactable. Smart stuff, gains a hit of armor, knowing that Carlos was going to challenge him. Patience now. Oh, and an input error there. Didn't quite want that. Looking for the mix-up, staggers, but instead slides a throw in there. And so visceral as Deadshot stabs you time and time again. And an extra little up-close and personal shot from the hand cannon right into your chest.
And that's a very punishable attack there. Carlos Oceano's just getting so desperate, looking for that lunging sweep by Superman, running out of options. You know, I feel like he's really not utilizing his meter burn roll. Maybe he saw Foxy Grandpa all over it in the last match we saw here on stream and just doesn't want to use it as an option.
Yeah, playing right out of that range now. Carlos struggling his way to find any type of opening. He's going to clash because it's not quite time to give up, but I mean, you want to talk about impossible comebacks. This is exactly what he's facing.
He uses 3 bars to get 30% back. He's got a little wiggle room here, but I don't think it's going to be enough, especially not when you're whiffing things like that in front of Foxy Grandpa's face.
Yeah, there's no chance for the greatest comeback of all time there. This is textbook how to be efficient with Deadshot. Carlos with a look of despair on his face, and now gets the opening, and what do you know? As soon as you have the chance, you drop it. Gets another one. He now has Foxy back to the corner with no meter for push block. He's going to have to deal with the pressure.
Oh, and both players respecting each other after the meter burn, the breath game in the neutral state that Superman inflicts on you.
So much range on that low shot, the back one from Deadshot. Kind of hard to walk out of his range when you have to watch your toes. So holding down lets him have his way with you, trying to mix you up close. You know, Deadshot for his amazing his ability to interfere with any type of movement and straight up frustrate his opponents. Up close, he's pretty good. Doesn't have the frustration.
Going for the forward 2 straight and Foxy Grandpa being very respectful, not pressing a button, not trying to move. And Carlos Oceano made the right call. It looks like this could be his game if he continues this going. But Foxy Grandpa has so much meter, and in this game, meter it can give you a lot of access to different options, all these tools. And the wake-up flip-up by Foxy Grandpa.
Nice punish there from Carlos. Now, infinitely closer challenges with that 6-frame forward one. Carlos in a closer now. Great read on the trick shot. Calls out the jump immediately. Will he do it again? He does not. Gets in, whiffs the forward 3, and that would be the death of him. Luckily, he has a clash at his disposal. He's going to get at least 25% here.
Going to get 25%.
Yes, he will.
Does. Good call by Katana Prime there, knowing Foxy Grandpa was just going to hold on to his meter.
Oh, and that is a full combo punish. And no, very, very unfortunate drop there. Great reaction to the jumping from Foxy, but he's dropping it on his own. Wakes up as Carlos doesn't have enough to complete the kill, but he does here at that assassin knee strike as Foxy Grandpa advances into the later bracket. 3-0. Bang, bang. Pew, pew, pew. Random sound effects. A lot of bullets. And Deadshot wins.
That was a great, those are two great call-outs by Foxy Grandpa right there at the end in that situation. He knew he was going to wake up, and he knew he was going to wake up again. Foxy Grandpa was just playing it cool, baiting it out, and, you know, he knew Carlos was just out of options. He knew Carlos was a little desperate there.
So we're going to take a look at a replay from a little earlier in the day. Just stick with us right now as we go through what seems to be... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we do that, I see PR Rock on the stage. And a little hint to what's going on in the back, right? When these guys come on stream, they let us know who they are, and they let us know a thing or two about them. Now, what makes you interesting? And PR Rock's card reads, and I quote, "I like playing low tier."
I like playing low tier.
Sir, you are a boxer player, okay? I am not going to let you get away with this type of massive downplay across any realm, all right? That is ridiculous. I like playing low tier, LOL, I play boxer, stop it.
Yeah, no, the joke here, anyone who's not familiar with Street Fighter V and their Season 2 characters, Balrog is the talk of the town, and Boxer is just going ham on everyone.
All right, now to go to Coach Steve's. Coach Steve's is pretty simple. Facts about yourself. I'm lit. That's what he wrote. That's it. I'm lit.
I'm lit.
Yeah, that's Coach Steve for you in a nutshell. I'm lit. That is what he wrote. It is his handwriting, and we're expecting to be looking at Atrocitus and Black Canary here. Now, Coach Steve, with a different style. The majority of Atrocitus apologists and complainers both believe that the 50-50 may be a little too strong. Coach Steve doesn't believe in the 50-50 at all. He plays with his neutral tools and believes that spacing and hit confirming and enough makes Atrocitus potentially number 1 or 2 in the game. That is his personal opinion. He loves it. He owns it.
Oh, yeah. Coach Steve is not a very risky player. Whenever you see him play any kind of fighting game, he doesn't go for it. He's not a nut. He's very patient, and he'll just kind of let his opponent hang himself. Coach Steve, once in a while, will go for an unsafe puddle. And what an unsafe puddle is, for those of you who don't know, is a puddle that you're going to go for when you don't have Dexstar to back you up.
Yeah, which is even slightly risky, because after blocking a puddle with Dexstar, go-to punish is a meter burn back 3, which you will go through his shield attempt to make himself safe, or the Dexstar trait shot, either or, if you have a barb meter ready to go. However, will you just do it raw?
Oh, yeah.
Like straight up 4-2-2 puddle, like I'm going to make you guess right now?
Yeah.
That's the ballsy stuff, and Coach Steve just playing it safe, man.
Yeah, it's not about
plans to show the neutral prowess of Atrocitus. Now, PR Rog is playing Canary, and he likes to mix. He has fun with the Vortex, that level 3 Canary cry, a full screen crumple, great anti-air, great trade, allows her to get her Vortex started, and once Canary gets going, she has some huge damage and very ambiguous cross-up setups with that Canary drop. Just such a huge momentum-based character. You want to try to keep her tamed as much as possible.
Oh, yeah. You don't want her going ham on you, because with one touch and one wrong guess, you're going to lose your entire bar.
Yes, do not adjust your screens. This is, in fact, Injustice 2, as PR Rog is going up against Coach Steve.
Hey, I'm not
all
surprised.
smiles right now.
Hey, one of these guys up here does have an EVO medal in Injustice,
and
it's
true.
not Coach Steve.
It is not. PR Rog of Injustice 1 fame taking that Killer Frost to the top 8 of Evolution 2014 as we checked this replay earlier from KDZ and Relentless.
Yeah, Relentless doing a great job of holding down KDZ, hitting him with the back two, straight cancel, Black Magic, a slight little walk forward into the back three, and KDZ trying to flip out, just like Katana Prime said before.
The decision-making on the air escapes. Now that back one right into the angle of the dive kick. Didn't make much of a distance besides losing 2 bars of your meter. I'm sure KDZ will go and learn from that and laugh from it. Look at the setups. Maybe try the upwards one next time. Who knows? Because that's all next-level mind games.
Oh, no, yeah. You're definitely right.
It's a great adjustment to the Injustice 2 mechanics, and it's still early. Everyone's grasping things. Certain moves you can air attack and punish. Certain moves allow you to regain composure and escape death. It's just another layer to meter management. You know, there's 20 ways to use bar in this game. You can push block, you can EX moves, you can meter burn back 3, super, clash, air escape. Like, there's so many ways. Meter burn roll, like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous the options that NRS decided to give us.
Yeah, meter burn interactable, like, so many ways. As we see, the easy hit confirm from Coach Steve doesn't quite get the combo there, and he doesn't know. Restand into the corner. Here's the throw, the big boot to the face. Atrocitus, so nasty. Oh, and the whiff. Yeah, easy whiff punish there, full combo.
Getting the spit going on, baiting out the canary
and
cry.
Look at the health bar dissipate as those 2 plasma spits that damage over time, stacking with each one, is Atrocitus. Such a demoralizing character, man. He touches you once, and you feel the after effects of all of his combos, even after he's pushed you full speed away.
Coach Steve doing a great job of connecting in all these strange situations, getting as many spits as he can on, and connecting the back 3. But here we go, PR Raw getting something going, hitting the low into the full screen Banshee Scream.
And cross up, keeps it in front. Full combo punish this time, the down 1 into the blood NATO. Dexstar is out and active, push block. Nice stuff, but tries to jump through. No, sir, that shield is still very much active. Great reaction right there, and the whiff punish on the jump in is Coach Steve. Meter burn back 3, which disallows the opportunity to air escape.
Yes.
Adds a damage boost, and Coach Steve follows with the meter burn forward 3 to ensure a kill.
PR Raw gets that jump, gets the first hit, and that bar awarded to him, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen. Here we go. Is this a different person?
A little late on the punish as Coach Steve. PR Balrog very lucky to escape that without getting caught into a loop. Gets the jump in, does not commit. Push block.
Coach Steve stopping that low starter string from PR Rog with the down 1.
Look at the level of respect from these guys right now. That max range back 2. Such excellent knowledge of the spacing of where his moves are is Coach Steve. Dexstar is now active. Great wake up from PR Balrog using the invincibility on that cartwheel to get to the other side, but that Dexstar trace shot a little too strong on the tracking. He's going to catch Canary on the backside.
All right, PR Rog decides to push block. Doesn't want to deal with any more of this. Steve giving him a push block of his own.
Keeping it safe.
Ooh, the jump
so
back.
Yeah, so active. That level 3 Canary Cry into the mix-up. Which side was that on? No one knows. But PR Balrog can make a hit confirm when he sees it.
Oh, yes, he's an execution monster. Not dropping that back 3. And Coach Steve barely getting that first bar. Still has a little tiny chunk from his first one. And PR Rog needs to get rid of this as fast as he can.
And the right idea there with the meter burn roll by PR Rog, trying to make his way in. Quick entry level, but that EX spit so active from Atrocitus and 0 recovery frames. Able to just keep it going with that damage over time. So slick out there, still stacking.
Oh, the jump in from PR Rog connects. Not only connects, but gives him a great stage positioning right here. Coach Steve with his back up against the corner. The spit is so active and recovers so quickly. It's so hard to find the gaps in there, but PR Rog does with the canary drop.
And great air escape there from Coach Steve, going straight up, avoiding the background, the bounce of that back 3, excuse me, into the mix again. Has an additional 2 bars, but is electing not to spend it. Tosses up, plus frames, same side, and Coach Steve forced the clash as he was facing near death.
Let's see how these guys are going to use their bar. Coach Steve decides to put two bars on the board, gets 25% back, and Pierre Rog down to almost nothing. Literally less than 15% of his health left. One throw should do it at this point. And the Canary Cry from
With punish, that was beautiful. Doesn't have meter to convert, which Black Canary does so much damage. Could have killed, keeping it safe with the low push block. Oh, tries it down to, but just out of range. Coming down to the wire, Canary drop push block from Coach Steve. Is it enough for Chip? Yes, it is. And PR Rock, leaning to the side, knows he missed out on the opportunity there. A smile in the dream. Yes, chip damage does kill in this game. And he has to get used to that and remember those mechanics as the punch walk punches him down 0-2. Coach Steve with the slide laugh.
Coach Steve knew it too. All right, down 2 into Dexstar. Dexstar is out. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Wow. You don't want to be in the air when Dexstar is out.
Very uncharacteristic by Coach Steve. They're going for the raw mix, but when you have Dexstar to ensure safety in that situation, PR Rock would have no meter for a meter burn back 3, so it was basically free.
Coach Steve getting opened up by these regular strings of Canary. PR Rock putting it down to Clinic, and Coach Steve fighting back.
Raw Canary drop, same side. Coach Steve looking for the cross up.
Oh, the delay wake up by Coach Steve really throws PR Rog off his game, off his timing. Such a great asset that every character has access to.
And great throw tech there from Steve. He's going to follow it up with that back 2. Such a great advancing bid, that backward sword. And a punish there after that errant cartwheel smash. Acid spits out. Dexstar's live. But a great challenge with that meter burn. With that level 3 Canary Cry. And this is a long combo. Doesn't get the completion. Could have killed.
Oh no, big drop by PR Rog here. And he goes for the throw. Coach Steve was ready to tech it, trying to make himself safe with the meter burn. And PR Rog finally sinks his teeth into Coach Steve, taking out that first bar. And he's not too far behind. A little bit on the meter deficit, but he's got a full scream ready to go, and Coach Steve all over it.
Great punish there. The meter burn roll, catching the Dexstar subbing right in the middle of its recovery frames. However, doesn't get much moment. Oh, and the double forward 3 into the shield. Wait a minute. That was some newly optimized stuff.
Definitely not an easy combo to pull off there, especially not on a stage like this at Evolution 2017. PR Rock.
A little late on that jump in attack. Canary could definitely get a Vortex going. She gets 1 hit in the dream. Coach Steve does not have much meter. 1 bar apiece now.
Coach Steve doesn't have meter, but he does still have access to Clash, as you guys can see at the top of the screen with that shield and sword symbol. Down 1. Poking at Canary every little chance he gets.
And the Canary drop. Rog now in business, and Coach Steve with the instant clash wants nothing to do with this. Is going to reset the situation, put him at full screen, and right in position for a Dexstar trait activation. Will we see it?
Oh, the Canary Cry doesn't connect. Dexstar is out. This is all over
for
PR Rog.
Coach Steve is just going to sit in patience, use the trait for what it's worth. The heads nod, and PR Rog's had enough.
He's done. Is he done with this game? That was winners.
No,
Rog's not the end.
Actually really good. Like He's cool, man. Okay. It is what it is. You take the L and you keep moving.
Yeah, that's just winners. And those of you who are big fans of Coach Steve, one of my favorite matches from CEO was Coach Steve versus Tekken Master.
Absolutely.
A huge upset. And especially if you are a Gorilla Grodd fan and want to see optimal Gorilla Grodd play, check out Coach Steve versus Matsuda at CEO.
I'm hoping Steve pulls out Grodd, but with EVO and everything on the line, it's unlikely.
Coach Steve said if he could somehow pull out Grodd just to save EVO, he would. Because that's the kind of man he is. He's going to throw himself on the bomb for the good of the nation, for the good of the community, and for the good of this series. I don't think he's going to do it.
Bro. Just
he's definitely
sure. Let me pick, Grodd instead of Atrocitus, but I think he's number 2 in the game because I want to save the hype. I don't want to win EVO. But from one man to the next, this is Star Charger, the bucket hat boss with the smile of the century. Catwoman, one of the top Catwoman players in the nation right now, taking off the beats, right, stripping down. He's going up against Shinobi's Tundra. Now, that man, you can see the braid on the back of his neck. That goes all the way down to, like, the back of his calves. It's pretty long. It's ridiculous. And he knows karate. I am not trolling. He does.
Do you think if you cut his hair off that he'll lose his power like
He'll probably die.
Yeah, he'll probably just die.
Probably, but we don't want that.
I think that's going to be Star Charger's, last desperate measure. He's just going to take out the scissors and cut off his whole hair, and he's going to drop every combo. He's going to forget where his meter burns map to. I think Star Charger's got this. He's got this in the bag.
All right, well, Blue Beetle on the screen. One of my favorite characters to watch this game. Talk about mobility. Both of these characters all over the place. And Selena, a little less right now going on. I love the outfit. Really clean. Blue Beetle. Extremely shiny right now.
Oh, yeah. Really, really shiny. So, Catwoman, I think her best tool is that jump in two. That jump in two has such an amazing range. Really lets her get in when someone's trying to zone her out.
Sadly, yes.
Batman's gonna kill me. Begin.
All right. Blue Beetle going straight to the air and slightly loses his composure there. Trying to press buttons there in the middle of Catwoman's strings. Not a good idea. Getting the sweep down, going for the ambiguous cross-up right there, and Star Charger just backdashing out of trouble. Doesn't even need to guess which side he's on when you're all the way on the other side of the screen from that amazing backdash.
Tundra had to guess what side that cross-up was going to hit after the setup from Star Charger. Ambiguous stuff, nice blocks this time, traits. Meter burns it to go plus, and the escape from Tundra as he jumps back. Firing his bullets out.
There he goes with the jump in two. Such great range there. Keeping him
Beetle playing a patient game. Oh, wow. Not sure what the read was there, but a whip charge is basically Blue Beetle screaming, "Punish me!" as he lands on the ground.
Yeah, you don't want to whiff that move. That's very, very, very dangerous stuff, especially with someone who can hurt as badly as Catwoman. Not only does she hurt you, but she puts you in such a great position for any kind of mix-up right after.
Nice read on the backdash there is Star Charger, following up with that forward one, chasing Blue Beetle down. Tundra trying to get something going now, spacing very patient. Nice anti-air with the shot. Okay. Floats up just out of range, trying to whiff punish that back three. Coming down with the jump two, and great range and huge hurt box on that meter burn shot. Oh, no punish?
That back three gets her at a dodge, and now turns the tables. Catwoman has Blue Beetle in the corner, trying to get some kind of hit. Tundra was doing such a great job of blocking until that cartwheel, and he just lets her jump in. Look at all this damage.
Also, no clash from Tundra. Not sure what he's looking for here. The cross-up, ambiguous stuff, and right before the trade cancel, here comes the clash. Second chance at life. 2 bars, 3 bars?
I think he's going to go with 2 bars, 3 bars.
An additional 30% back.
Now, that third bar only got him an additional 5%. So you really got to judge and think about the mindset and the mind games that comes with the mini clash game.
All right, trying to go close. Blue Beetle sweep. Probably the best normal in his book. Safe. So much range and such a quick low. You have to be ready for it. Catwoman still, however, on chip damage in this first life bar, and there you go. Taps the toes with that overhead air shot. And although he has a long way to go, he seems a bit more poised since the clash, but he needs to put it together cohesively and collectively, at least for a life bar and a half, as Star Charger still has access to his clash. It'll be unnecessary. Easy combo there. Game 1, Star Charger. The bucket hat boss.
Star Charger's not phased at all. Completely stone face. All business here. No smiles. He just wants to get the job done.
He'll make the most obnoxious smile when he wins, and it's glorious.
I used to be innocent
Then what happened?
Life dug its claws into me.
Begin.
I like that quote. Life dug its claws into me. Catwoman's trying to get going. A lot of sweeps from this Blue Beetle, and I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, does he really not have any access to other lows?
Well, with the range that Catwoman he's playing, it's kind of hard to contest her normals. They're advancing and really fast. And the back dash between the last gap, a little matchup knowledge there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Tundra trying to keep his mid-range space. Worked out for him up and down, and he's okay. Star Charger now has access to all of his scratches, but what he's doing is simply building Beater. If he wants to evade all of it, cool. But Beetle, with a bounce cancel on a full combo, can get 500 damage, you know, anywhere on the screen.
Star Charger.
And a little too out of the range. Great 6-frame down 2 in the tool set of Beetle, but a little too far out of the range. And Catwoman just being oppressive, using her whip for the distance. Backdash is out.
A beautiful down 2 by Blue Beetle.
And there's the restand now. Full combo. Spins the bar of meter.
I
Into the corner, 412 damage. Very respectable, but great anti-air reaction from Star Charger into the bounce cancel. We're going up top.
I feel like Star Charger went into that. He gave up the corner position because he wanted to ensure damage. And I think right here from this moment on, he's going to avoid the clash.
And trying to work his way in is Tundra now. Slowly but surely. A little bit off the ground more, but Star Charger is going to get that grounded hit confirmed. Here comes the clash. And fantastic. Look, I like the blades on his shoulders. I get so caught up in the gear. It's amazing.
It's all about the presentation, man. All about the presentation.
Yeah, look good, play good, right?
Yeah. Oh, goes for the meter burn back three. Now, right now, Clash is no longer an option for Blue Beetle, so as soon as Star Charger sinks his claws into Blue Beetle, it's going to be all over. Here we go. What kind of position is he going to leave him in? He tries to air escape. Looks like Star Charger was all over it, expecting it as soon as he came back from the background bounce. And Tundra is in a bad spot right now. He's about to go down 2-0 versus Star Charger. Connects the sweep, goes for the ambiguous jump in, and Star Charger blocking correctly, but finds himself in the corner. Meter burn back three's out of there, chucks the interactable with a jump in 2. Really not worried about that. He was okay with just chipping him out. Nothing to really sweat there.
Yeah, 2-0 there in the sequence as I'll let you know, but it's come to my attention there's been an upset off stream.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it. We got the inside word.
We're going to hold it.
Okay, we're going to hold it?
We're going to hold it. But it's a big one.
Approaching the Joker's playground.
There's a lot of people in losers you weren't quite expecting to be here yet.
Hey, it's evolution. Anyone can end up in losers.
And knocking them down. Maybe a former champion has hit the bottom. But we go into game 3 here in the Joker's playground. Some great lighting effects right there. You can see the purple and green lighting coming off that shiny Blue Beetle armor. So beautiful, so majestic.
And this is a very
huge
dangerous
range on that explosion.
Unblockable explosion. Just like most of the interactables on this stage.
Just like all of the interactables on this stage.
All unblockable. And, you know, some of them could lead into more damage. Some of them could lead to a great advantageous position. You just don't know. You got to study your matchups.
All right, the hard knockdown, ambiguous stuff. Star Charger's going to wake up with the DP back-to-back. Gets punished both times. The second time, only a standing 1. However, the whip trip.
All right, connects it, expands, and uses his trait.
Shoots it. Trying to keep the pace now at a mid-screen game. I don't think Catwoman's able to evade 2 of those shots that close back-to-back. All right, some feints. Couple of air flight cancels from Blue Beetle.
I feel like Blue Beetle should have something to challenge Catwoman in that situation. That cartwheel is slightly negative. It's not unsafe, but he's just kind of getting caught there, and he's using a very slow move like the sweep.
All right, but still working in his favor. Machine gun bullets, and Star Charger jumps over the first one, lands on the second one. His back is to the wall, but he seems composed and controlled in mid-screen. Avoids it, escapes the restand from the back 1. And the wake-up shield bash, everything going right now for Tundra. Still a very close match. The Star Charger very much alive and in it, but a different sequence from what we've seen in those first 2 games.
Oh, trying to grab there, trying to do something there, and Catwoman connecting with the cartwheel, still in control, and a beautiful whiff, but he misses the punish.
So fortunate that that 4-1 went over him, laying flat out on the ground. He could have got blown up for so much more. Plus frames, but uses the armor on the meter burn interactable to escape. Back to the corner we go, however. He's had strong defense so far. There's the throw tech. Spins a bar to get a little pushback now. Evades it. Star Charger taking his time. Nice back dash. And the sweep safe.
Great blocks
and
by
interrupts
Tundra.
it. Right on point. He's going to allow Star Charger to clash. Probably the right thing to do. So you don't have to worry about getting small hits here or there. But he's going to spend 3 bars, 30%. A Blue Beetle B&B may do the job, if not put Star Charger on life support. But again, these bullets taking him down piece by piece, showing signs of life. Is Shinobi Tundra closer?
Oh, the whip from...
And this is going to be unclashable damage. Air escape puts him in the corner. The whip, unblockable, and he is dead. A delayed wake-up may have helped him to survive, but Star Charger is going to escape. Nice clutch moments, not faltering, and taking advantage of the interactables at his disposal on the stage. Now, about that upset. as we get into this replay.
All right, and here's a replay.
As we see Too Easy, you know, getting opened up by Robin here. It's just a precursor. Because even though you see Too Easy taking the brute of Toffee Muggs' full combo when he was able to get it going, he is the subject of our update. Too Easy has sent the CEO champion White Boy to losers.
That's a big upset.
White Boy was up 2-0, and Too Easy ran it back 3 straight atrocities over Scarecrow.
That's very interesting, and that is a huge upset. I mean, but Too Easy, you know, I feel like he wasn't really there in the beginning of MKX, and he really started, you know, showing up to online events, and then after he felt like he was good enough to really make a mark in these offline events, he tried his best to make it to these events, and, you know, continuing here in continuing here in Injustice 2, that is a huge upset and a huge scalp for Too Easy. White Boy, fresh off his win from CEO, and it wasn't even just a win, it was a very dominant.
Yeah, White Boy, who was newly signed sponsor, picked up by Renegades, showing up here today in the first event, the biggest tournament of the year so far, has a long road ahead of him coming in losers. Now, we saw Infinity earlier with her Catwoman play. She has made it to the winner's final of her pool, and that man is Circa's Forever King, 3rd place at Combo Breaker. Top 8 at CEO, and the obligatory on-stage selfie with the peace sign. King, just a man who enjoys the moment so much, and he has to take it from all angles. I'm not sure if he's Forever King or Queen right now. He might be doing a little too much.
Wow.
And he took a picture off to the side as well. All right, wait a minute. Can we do some regulating here? You have a photographer there to take pictures of you, but no, I have to take my own selfies first. What's up? Hollywood boys in full effect, and Forever King, the happiest man in the building. I like it. He's such a guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. Highly emotional, extremely cocky, but backs it up. And such a great character that he is. The man has just as much skill as he has personality. And now he has to tweet or something because, you know, he's on the big stage.
Oh, yeah, he's on the big stage. Very familiar with this situation. Very familiar with being here, playing under pressure. And we're definitely going to be seeing some Batman from Forever King.
I thought you were done with
one of the best out there. Optimizing his combos, optimizing situations. You know, in Injustice 1 and in Injustice 2.
Is this man serious right now? Like, can we not hold up the tournament?
He doesn't need a button check. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
No, I'm teasing. It's fine.
It's okay. I was going to have you go there and regulate.
No, I'm
okay?
It's fine.
No? Okay.
Everything is fine. We're just having some fun, man. You know, people are personalities and characters. They aren't just drones who come up here and, you know, get on the sticks.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing a lot of batarangs, you know, and Catwoman's just going to try to find her way in, and it's not a hard thing to do when you have that jump into range. It's not a hard thing to do when you have meter burn, cat dash.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Winner's final.
So you call and I come?
It's called being a team, Selena.
You can't train a cat to do that.
Begin.
Wow, and Infinity mouthing the beginning quote to Batman. That was so in character. And she is in the lead right now. The background bounce, big tentacle right up that cape, taking him up top, where Brainiac is going to watch and see if one of these two are worth collecting.
Forever King shook slightly there. Tries to batarang, tries to get out of there, and Infinity all over it with that low whip.
The evasion now, staying out from the unblockable interactions is Infinity, plus frames now.
No
going for the down 2, whips the back 3, tries the cat dash, a little too antsy, and great reaction from Infinity, just a little too early as the down 2 whips, and Batman's jump 2 is going to take that. Cross up. Female characters with small hurt boxes get crossed up by 4-3, even mid-screen, and just like that, King is fighting back. Great conversion.
Beautiful conversion there. And that was a great drop purposely. He did the back 2, didn't complete the 3 because he wanted to go in for the mix-up because he knew the back 2-3 wasn't going to kill quite yet.
All right, the meter burn 4-3, armoring through, knowing Infinity was going to press a button, and King has sucked all the momentum away. Right back to back since the first sequence. She hasn't been able to get anything going, but here's the clash. Recover whatever she wants, But what seemed like a rocket firing right out of the gate looks like a dud right about now.
It does. I mean, she had great reads in the beginning. There we go, and here she's back, getting a combo going. Forever King finds himself in the corner. No room to batarang.
519 damage. Are you kidding me right now? Trying to avoid anything. And no conversion. The whip trip. And she's trying so desperately to get that last hit, but instead gets opened up. Brainiac says hi. He is not convinced. Not worth collecting. And King with the oppression, with punish on the back three. And that's going to be all she wrote? Yes, it is.
He took that last little pixel so far and just ran with it. Infinity couldn't even get rid of that first bar. Forever King not sweating it, smiling, having a good time. What are we going to see? Slide out the gate. Infinity getting the first hit by punishing the slide. Forever King connects with that low launcher. Throws out the batarang, slightly whiffs the forward three. And chucks the unblockable interactable that does respawn over and over again, so keep your eyes out for it.
1, 2, 3, lifts up the jump 2, 1, 2, 3 again. Just having fun with the button, just Forever King into the sequence, plus frames. This time blocks it successfully, but with that corner lockdown, the meter burn back 3, armoring out is Infinity. Taps him with that whip. Batman a little, let him know.
Infinity respecting Forever King a little too much on his wake up. She needs to go in, she needs to get aggressive. Oh, Forever King barely dropping that combo.
Not enough gravity there. Not a cross up, but instead right on the top of the head is King. Getting his sequences and bunches. One thing leads to the next. Meter burn 4-3, great reaction from King, and the anti-air to follow up. He will not escape this corner. Pressure time, one bat active, keeping it going. Dashes up.
Oh, and the combo didn't seem to connect. Not sure if it's because of Catwoman's tiny size, but that combo should normally work as long as your opponent's back is up against the corner.
And nice bait there. The back three after the 4-3 into the meaty whip trip. King blocking his legs, looking for the distance, and the slide conversion. No, drops the combo. Whip trip, no punish. She walks the entire string, whip trip territory. Okay, and Infinity takes the first life bar.
It was a great decision by her to do that meaty string right on Batman's wake up. Should have been able to stuff the slide if Forever King decided to do it.
Save is the pounce. However, trying to press a button after, wow, with that mechanical bag catching her. Keep it unclashable, he does not. With such a huge meter advantage, it wouldn't matter. It would just be an additional 25% at least. And Infinity on her last hit here. Meter burn back 3, and the whiff punish kryptonite punch from Bruce Wayne.
Now, we all know that's your favorite back 3.
For sure. That kryptonite punch is so good. As Infinity looks back, her sirens in the background, all the women in support, trying to calm her down, telling her exactly what she needs to do. Back to the character select screen. King looking back over his shoulder, trying to get a hint of that coaching himself. And maybe a switch to Harley Quinn? Yes, she does. Pulling out the secondary.
She should have a Harley Quinn hat ready on deck. Or just like just change her hair right on
inside the
stage.
Catwoman suit? Yeah, skin tight suit with the Jester helmet on the inside somehow. I don't know. Maybe TV Magic could do it, but TV Magic can't help the meter burn back 3 when there's 3 mechanical backs. They eat through it with relative ease. Now back into the corner. Air gunshot challenging with the pokes. King not pressing buttons. He knows a little better than that. Meter burn back 3 and the escape. Hyena summon. And the double jumper lands right on it. Is Forever King. Meter burn cupcake shots running right into it, and the great call out from King, that up battering, anticipating the jump from Infinity. Full combo corner conversion, and again with the call out, King making all the right reads.
All the right reads and a beautiful conversion there. Extending it, not just simply letting her hit, connect with the upward battering, but also sending out the mechanical bat and continuing the combo.
Comes in with that armored 4-3, now King firing, trying to eliminate all of Infinity's options. Back to the wall, isn't able to push block, can't meter burn back 3 with the added hit coming from the mechanical bats. King, such fantastic bat management, which in my opinion is the strongest trait a Batman player can have. The plus frames are fine. Anyone can press plus 25 EX battering. But when you can manage those mechanical bats and take advantage of that trait as he crosses up with the 4-3 into the corner, King putting in a beautiful amount of work and writing the blueprint showing you how Batman should be played.
Back 2-3, doesn't fully connect, but Burger King's not sweating it. Connects the anti-upward battering.
And the call out, there it is, smiles and hugs. Infinity's gonna go to losers. She's okay with this, apparently. King with the thumbs up, and he held it for 2 seconds to make sure you can get the still of it. Such a camera guy, don't you think?
Oh yeah, he definitely. Like I said before, he knows what the stage is like, especially now that we have this amazing production, thanks to the Injustice 2 Pro Series and everyone here helping us out.
All right, it is finally time. All of pool play is complete. The remaining killers are going to duke it out for 3 hours straight as we go all the way down to top 8. It's going to be a bloodbath. The amount of updates will be impossible to keep up with. And keep it locked right here as we make our way down to top 8 here at Evolution Finals 2017 from beautiful Las Vegas.
This is such a bad song.
Shite.
They're powerful.
So am I. Are you kids hired?